And we are back. No New York Knicks tonight, but we do have a very fun and interesting matchup between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's go ahead and break this thing down. We are back. Once again, we are here to watch some damn good NBA competition here tonight. Now, we don't have a vested interest because our New York Knicks are not playing, but we do have a pretty good matchup between Tyrese Maxey and Ja Morant. Even if Ja Morant may not bring his usual Ja Morantness to the table, Tyrese Maxey, I know, will be there to put on a show. But we are here. We are here once again. This is the second to last time we will meet before the new year. Today is December 30th. Tomorrow is the 31st, New Year's Eve. Happy holidays to everyone who has been celebrating the holidays. Happy New Year or end of the year as we are quickly approaching 2026. Quick update on the New York Knicks, though. Mitchell Robinson is already listed as out tomorrow versus San Antonio Spurs, so it is an even bigger uphill climb taking on those guys with no Josh Hart, no Mitchell Robinson, our two best rebounders, two of our three best rebounders. Towns will be there, what I consider our second best rebounder. But either way, we are not watching the Knicks tonight. We are watching the Philadelphia 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, and the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant, who we'll get to, obviously, in the pregame rundown. NBC, nationally televised game, the only game on right now, so had to cover it. Didn't have much of a choice, but we are here. We are here. The NBA slate tonight, not the greatest slate in the world. You got 76ers Grizzlies, which is obviously the game we're watching tonight. Do expect it to be a fun game. I think the teams are pretty evenly matched. I mean, by the record, they're pretty evenly matched. 16-14 for Philly, 15-17 for Memphis, who has been playing much better thanks to Jaren Jackson Jr.'s improved play, Cedric Coward, a full part of the rotation, Ja Morant. How do I want to describe Ja Morant's season so far? He's been better as of late, but obviously we have documented his struggles. And Zach Edey was around for a while there and really uplifted that team before going down with yet another injury, as Zach Edey tends to do, as guys as big as him tend to do. But we are here tonight. We will break it all down. Aside from this game here on national TV, we have the Celtics taking on the Jazz. Not all that interesting, right? The Jazz have been playing much better, so maybe they could take down the Celtics, who have swapped records, 19-12 for the Celtics versus 12-19 for the Jazz. The late game here on NBC is the Pistons versus the Lakers, which I do think is probably the more intriguing game, but a couple of things going against it, which is why we're not covering, and that is the Lakers are on the ban list, so it has to be an extremely intriguing game in order to break themselves out of the ban list to be covered. And taking on the Pistons, last game of West Coast road trip, obviously the Knicks are one back in the loss column, so it would be interesting if the Pistons ended up losing. Either way, it is a 10:30 start time as well, so a really late game, so that also had it going against it. So with all of those factors, we settled on 76ers versus Grizzlies. And then the latest game of the night starts at 11 p.m. Way too late, but it's also a Kings versus Clippers game. So battle of the bottom out there on the West. Not all that interested in that, even with Kawhi Leonard going off for a career high the other night. Jason, what's up, Jason? Niall Dimitri, what's up, Niall? Doug Fresh, Daniel Berry Sports, what's popping, everybody? Justice's dad, of course. Let's get to it. Let's start with the best player from the road team. Yes, this will be in Memphis here tonight. And so we're going to start with Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is having a wonderful year. All-NBA season yet again being loaded up. He is, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of most people, has entirely taken over this Philadelphia franchise. He is now the face of the franchise, the cornerstone of this team, of this organization. Everything they do from this point forward, probably from last season forward, is with the idea of we're building around this guy. Right? We have moved on from Joel Embiid. They were never really all that locked in with Paul George after last year and what he did there. So obviously it is Tyrese Maxey from this point forward. Anything we can do to maximize Maxey, his career, his play style, and everything will be exactly where Philadelphia turns its attention. 30 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, almost, I'll round up for him. 7 assists is incredibly impressive. Under 3 turnovers a game, and you guys know how I like to harp on high usage ball handlers. 3.5 is like, that's it. That's the cutoff line, but even that is too high. 3, I'll give you 3. Being under 3 is incredibly impressive for Tyrese Maxey. This is star, bordering on superstar level type of averages here. This is incredible. 7 assists, 2.7, only 2.7 turnovers, 30 points per game is fantastic for him. Susan, what's up, Susan? Is fantastic for Maxey. Even look at the efficiency, 46 from the field, not bad. 89 from the foul line, extremely good. And 39 from three-point range is also very good. So extremely efficient, doesn't turn the ball over, high usage player, puts up points, gets the ball moving with 7 assists. He's a star, bordering on that superstar level. He knocks on that door every now and again. Got nothing bad to say about Tyrese Maxey. Love that guy. Hate that he wears a Philadelphia 76ers jersey, but I love that guy. And we're going to get over to a guy who is much more difficult to love, and that is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has had some good games today. As a matter of fact, I should pull up their injury report because you never know. Is Embiid playing? Is he not playing? With no Zach Edey against a middling Grizzlies team, I would assume he's playing because he loves to play against the bottom tier NBA teams. Hates to play against good NBA teams. So, you see him playing against the Hornets, you see him playing against the Wizards, you'll see him probably playing tonight against the Grizzlies. He's questionable going in. I don't think they've made a decision yet, but you guys let me know if you find out. But you won't see him playing against actual good teams because that's Joel Embiid's MO throughout his career. Now it's in full force here. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Still coming back this year, playing a handful of games, 22 a game. 6.5 rebounds. The rebounding is where those injuries have really taken a big hit for Joel Embiid. He is not the rebounder he used to be. Dude can barely jump off the ground anymore. He can still shoot. Can still maybe give you some point touches in the paint. But my goodness, is the rebounding falling off a cliff. 2.8 assists to 2.5 turnovers. Always has really struggled with that. 0.7 steals, 1.3 blocks. Not much of a rim protector anymore. He's big. He's got good defensive timing, but he can't get off the floor the way he used to. 44% from the field is really bad for a big. Considering he's more of a jump shooter now, this is obviously going to take a big hit for him. And 26% from three-point range is not good. Again, he's more of a high-volume jump shooting big at this point in his career who can occasionally catch it in the post and go to work. But the idea of Joel Embiid moving forward is that of a role player at this point. He'll never make another All-Star team. He'll never make another All-NBA team. He'll never be in consideration for end-of-the-year awards, unless maybe he becomes a sixth man in his career. But with his injury history, how little he's played, how he continues to be banged up, how his knee has just kind of deteriorated to the point that he's just never going to be consistently available. If he can give it a go, he'll give it a go. If he can, he can't. So, unfortunately for him, it's kind of where his career is at. Jason said Embiid is in the starting lineup tonight. Okay, so Joel Embiid will be playing. I have it here on ESPN, and they list him as questionable, so they haven't updated it yet. But he will be starting, according to Jason. I'll take your word for it, Jason. David, what's up, David? So glad NBA TV picked up the game tomorrow. Yeah, but we were just talking about David. Mitchell Robinson's already been ruled out for tomorrow. So no Mitch. No Mitch, no Josh Hart. They're really going to struggle rebounding the ball against the Spurs team, who obviously wants some revenge against the Knicks, but also is coming off of 2 losses, so they need a good bounce-back win, and beating the Knicks is a really good bounce-back win for them. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Can the Knicks pull it out? I don't put anything past them with the way they've been playing this year. I'm incredibly impressed by them, but it's going to be an uphill battle with a Spurs team looking for some revenge. DOR effect is real, maybe. Maybe DOR will continue his good play and really put some doubt into who's a part of this rotation and who's not. But at least we got Deuce McBride back. At least we got Big Deuce back. Let's go into Paul George, the Joel Embiid light version, the wing version of Joel Embiid. He'll play if he wants to, I guess. He's in the lineup. He's not on the injury report, so he will be playing tonight. He's been playing okay this year. He's had good games. He's had bad games so far. 41.6% from the field, 41% from the field. He can't knock anything down in isolation. Mid-range finishing at the basket just isn't there anymore at 35 years old with the injury history that he has. He's not really a good finisher at the rim. Settles, can't really blow past people. Settles for a lot of contested mid-range shots. And while throughout his career he could knock those down because he was a superstar level player. At 35 years old, again, with the injury history that he's had, just not that kind of player anymore. 16 a game, 5.4 boards, 3.4 assists, 1.8 turnovers, not bad. Can still be impactful defensively as a playmaker. 1.4 steals is solid. Still knocking down the three at a high rate. But he is a like Joel Embiid, he is a role player at this point in his career. Not even a high level role player. He is just a role player. And with this pitiful percentage from the field, kind of just a 3-and-D kind of player right now at this point, right? Unfortunately for him. James Summerlin, what's up, James? I'm here for the support. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate you, brother. Always appreciate your support, man. James said, Fantasy Labs, come in clutch for lineup updates. Those gamblers need to know ASAP. Great point, Jason. Appreciate you, brother. David Ice Jr. said, Sadiq Bey had a good interview for the Knicks yesterday. Yeah, it was solid. It started off strong, and then it kind of petered out at the end. So it was overall an okay audition, but Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? We chefing it up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go on to Jaren McCain. Don't have a lot to say about Jaren McCain. It's kind of a tough situation for him. Crowded backcourt, as I wrote down here. Man, when he was initially drafted by 76ers, they needed a little bit more guard help. Tyrese Maxey, when they drafted him, Tyrese Maxey was really good and was projecting to be an all-star level player, but not to the degree that he is now, where I think at some point he's going to seriously enter like MVP conversations. It's not going to be this season, but at some point throughout his career, he probably will be in those conversations because he's that damn good. And the upside is still there for Tyrese Maxey. And Jaren McCain, when he was drafted, came out, had a terrific start to his rookie campaign before, like plenty of Philadelphia 76ers players in the past, got sidelined with some injuries. And then even coming into this year to start the season, it felt like, okay, let's get Jaren McCain back on track. We finally got him back. Suffered an injury to start the year. Now is finally back, a part of the team, a part of the rotation. And boy, oh boy, is the rust real? Is the chemistry off? The feel for the game right now is off for Jaren McCain. And honestly, it's just a glut at the guard position right now between Maxey and Edgecombe. And now you throw McCain in there. You brought in Quentin Grimes, who's been playing excellent for you. And there just really isn't space for Jaren McCain. He is definitely prime suspect number one for a consolidation trade. Some team is going to swoop in there and snag Jaren McCain. And it's going to be a little bit of a steal because obviously the talent is there. Maybe the injury is affecting me a little bit more and he'll get better as the season goes on. But 7.6 points per game, 2.6 rebounds, 1.9 assists to 1 turnover, steal. This is really the issue with him right now. 36% from the field is pitiful. 33% for three-point range is not good. It's not horrific like the field goal percentage is, but my goodness, this guy's a better shooter than this. And it's really difficult for him to get back in the rhythm because he's the fourth guy in the rotation right now. You have Maxey and Edgecombe starting. You got Quentin Grimes as your sixth man. And then McCain's got to kind of get in where he could fit in. There's not really a ton of time or even when he's on the court, a ton of opportunity for him to do anything with the ball. So again, he is prime suspect number one for a big swing trade for Philly should they go that route at some point and really start to build around Tyrese Maxey. Because you have Edgecombe, you have Grimes who fit much better next to Maxey than McCain does as another small ball handling guard. And speaking of a guy who probably snatched all the minutes and all the expectations away from Jaren McCain, and that is VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe, as a rookie, has been sensational. He got off to a historic start to his rookie year and then finally came back down to earth. He's having a regular rookie year now, a regular fantastic rookie year, but a regular rookie year. We see rookies have seasons like this all the time. 15.5 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 4 assists. Absolutely incredible. Under 2 turnovers is phenomenal. 42% from the field. You expect low efficiency from rookies, so not going to harp on it. 36% from three-point range, 36.5. I'll round up for him. 37% for three-point range is damn good for a rookie coming out who part of his draft analysis was, part of his scouting report was that he was a little bit of a shaky shooter. He was more of a downhill driver, more of a rim attacker, more of a slasher, and he had a shaky jump shot. Coming into the league shooting 37% from three-point range as a rookie who, had the reputation of having a shaky jumper, one, shows the work ethic that this kid has, knowing he was coming into the NBA and probably going to be slid over to the shooting guard position, coming off of playing point guard for Baylor, probably played point guard majority of his career and having the ball in his hands constantly being able to drive. him in the NBA getting drafted by 76ers, knowing, okay, well, I'm going to be playing alongside Maxey. He's going to have the ball in his hands. I got to get some shots up. And boy, oh boy, is this kid clearly gotten some shots up, because this is a fantastic number for him moving forward. It's a great base to build off of, right? It's a great base to build off of. He's having a fantastic year. Not much to say about it. He is solidly in line. He looks like a future All-Star, if not more. He's been fantastic. He's been fantastic. Also, by the way, he's closed games for them in which he's come up huge in the clutch. Specifically talking about that Knicks game, which was probably the more recent one, where he knocked down clutch off the bounce mid-range shot, knocked down a clutch open three, had a great putback that really kind of put the game away for Philly. Had big defensive plays against Jalen Brunson. He was phenomenal all over the place. At only 20 years old, the future is extremely bright for Philly's backcourt of the future. Kelly Oubre has been out for a while. What is he out with? He's out with his knee. He will not be playing today. Unfortunately for him, unfortunately for Philly, they kind of need some wing depth here, relying very heavily on their guards right now, but they're a little small. They need a wing defender. Kelly Oubre is their best option as a wing defender, and he has not been available for a while. So, unfortunate for him. He was having a pretty good year as well. You know, Oubre is a wild card, and like most wild cards, extremely inconsistent. But this year, you know, 40, almost 50% from the field, 34 from three, was solid enough offensively, and almost 17 a game. More than solid, maybe even. We got to Justin Edwards. Justin Edwards really distinguished himself last year off the bench for Philadelphia in what was kind of a throwaway season, a tank season for the Philadelphia 76ers. He got an opportunity. He ran away with it. He's solidly a part of the rotation here, although not having the season that he had last year, unfortunately for Philly, because they really kind of needed another wing. Like I'm, talking about with Oubre, they needed another wing defender who could actually make some shots for them. 5.4 points like this, I'm not too concerned about. It's the efficiency that really gets me nervous and worried with him. 37 from the field is bad, but also if you're going to be mostly a 3-and-D guy, you got to at least bring the three part to your game. 33.7% for three-point range is just not going to get it down as a 3-and-D guy who has limited offense outside of that, right? Limited offense outside of just jump shooting. Andre Drummond, I don't have much to say about Andre Drummond. He's been around the league for forever, but I will say, who the hell told Andre Drummond he could shoot threes? Because that person deserves a raise. Shooting damn near 40% from three-point range. I'm pretty decent volume. Like, he's not chucking them up there, but he's taking 1, 2, maybe even 3 a game. I could pull it up and see exactly what his averages are for his attempts, but that's not really the point. The fact of the matter is that he's shooting them and he's making them. Almost 40% from three-point range. It's ridiculous. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I got burned by it. We got burned by it as Knicks fans here with Andre Drummond knocking down 4 threes. He was 4 for 4. Started the game 4 for 4 from three-point range. I don't know who told Andre Drummond he could shoot threes at 32 years old, adding things to his game. But my goodness, whatever assistant coach that was, that assistant coach deserves a raise because, I don't know, and whoever was working with him on the jump shot. This is crazy. This is a crazy development in Andre Drummond's career. This is Brook Lopez levels of development here. This is insane. And the last guy we could talk about here is Quentin Grimes. Their sixth man. He's in the running for sixth man of the year. He's been good, as always. Quentin Grimes is just a really solid basketball player. 15, 4, and 4 off the bench is phenomenal. 0.9, 0.4, that a steal, and half a block a game. 2.4 turnovers is a little high for me for a guard off the bench, but he does play around 30 minutes a game, so to be expected. 42 from the field is not the most efficient, but, part of the reason why he is coming off the bench and not a starter. 87 from the foul line, 35 from three-point range. You would think this would be a little bit higher, but he doesn't always take the best shots, and Philly doesn't always generate the best looks from three, so he, finds himself shooting a little more contested threes than you would like him to, but can still knock him down with some consistency there. 35 from three is not terrible. Not good, but not terrible. You could survive that, and obviously gives you a whole lot more with 15, 4, and 4, right? So Quentin Grimes, really good season so far. Maybe not the season he was hoping for, considering he is going to be a free agent at the end of the year and really wants to get paid. But, locking up the Sixth Man of the Year award should be something he is striving for, because that could also really help him get paid. Like, hey, look, man, I brought home hardware for my team. Now we get over to the Grizzlies. Just that said, Pistons don't want the top spot. We'll see. We'll see if they really want the top spot when they take on the Lakers tonight, right? We're going to have to keep an eye on that game. Now we get over to the Grizzlies and we get over to John Morant, and I don't have as many positive things to say about the Memphis Grizzlies, especially without Zach Edey. But John Morant, 18 a game, 7.6 assists, 3.6 turnovers. He's past my threshold of 3.5. My goodness, is that way too high for John Morant, especially considering he's not even close to 10 assists anymore. The way he used to be hovering around 8 or 9. I think 7.5 isn't too far off of that, but whew. David said, News Eve, Knicks and Spurs, what can you ask for? Happy New Year. Absolutely. Absolutely, David. Should be a good night. You know, the game will end before midnight here on the East Coast, so I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out pretty fine. John Morant, you know, I wrote down here at one point, John's playing joyless basketball and everything, and it's affecting everything for the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, he's supposed to be the best player, the leader, supposed to be leading a group of guys to go out and compete every single night. And when your leader just looks like you don't really want to do it, guess what? Your team kind of reflects that. Now, thankfully, he's got a pretty decent supporting cast. He has some really intriguing young guys who I think have helped prop up this Grizzlies team so far, but they're obviously not doing anything without him, right? This version of John Morant, if they sneak into the playoffs, if they get into the play-in and then even still make it to the playoffs after that, if they win their playoff round, their play-in round, what are they doing? What are they doing if they don't have a star version of John Morant? This was a guy who at one point was averaging like 25 and 8. Now he's averaging 18 on horrific efficiency. I didn't even get to the efficiency because it don't really matter. This ain't even John Morant, let alone the efficiency. 37 from the field, 22 from 3. Like, he's had lost seasons before because of injury. This is just a lost season because I don't know if he even wants to be here anymore, if he enjoys playing basketball at this point. I don't know what's going on with John Morant, but he needs to find joy in actually playing this sport again because it is a rough situation right now with him and the Grizzlies. David said, make sure you wear your party suit tomorrow. I got something planned for tomorrow, brother. We are in Texas, so I got something planned. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? We got the Jaren Jackson Jr., who was started off the year a little slow, but has been playing much better as of late. 18.5 points per game. He's now their leading scorer. 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, 6'10", starting forward / center. 5.5 rebounds is truly horrendous. It's the biggest red flag in his scattering report. My goodness, is it horrific that your 6'10" big man only averages 5.5 rebounds? The other big red flag is the fact that he can hardly stay on the court with all the foul issues that he has suffered throughout his career. He just can't stop fouling people for whatever. Is just constantly off balance, constantly goes for shot fakes, runs into people very easily. Isn't the greatest screen setter, sets illegal screens pretty often. Is just unfortunately a little bit of a hack, and he struggles to stay on the court with that. And even when he's on the court, he don't really rebound the ball. So he's more of a scorer, more of a hub offensively. He can knock down the 3. 36% is not bad. First stretch big, 47%, 47.5. I'll round up for him. 48% from the field is okay. Jason said, Triple J going off tonight, in my opinion. He's going to need to. Because Philly's not bad. Philly's a pretty decent team. David said, personally, all this talk, I'd personally would take Zion with a beast. I've always loved Zion. I could always picture Zion wearing a Knicks uniform. I'm good with the injury history and some of the off-court issues that Zion has had throughout his career. I'm good on that. I like where we are. But Jaren Jackson Jr., he's going to need to have a big night because I'm not expecting John Morant to have a big night, so I need Jaren Jackson Jr. to have a big night in order to keep this one close. Unfortunately, Zach Edey is still out with a foot injury. Big men and foot injuries are not a good combination. This is something he has dealt with before already in his career. At 7'4", weighing over 300 pounds. I mean, he's just a big dude, right? It's not like he's like out of shape. He's just a big dude. Just a humongous human being. 13.5 points per game, 11 rebounds. Without him, they really struggle to rebound the ball at all. You know, we just went over Jaren Jackson Jr.'s struggles as a rebounder, 1.1 assist, 2 blocks a game, 2.4 turnovers, 20% from 3, 63% from the field. The dude's just big. He takes up space. He cleans up so much for this Grizzlies team when he was out there. They actually look like a pretty good, pretty competitive basketball team. But AP, what's up, AP? The Bucks have announced Giannis will be traded this season. Did they really? Are you messing with me, AP? Do I got to pull this up online? Because that's interesting. But without Zach Edey, the Grizzlies aren't really much of a threat to anybody. Like, they could still obviously win basketball games and whatnot, but, you know. You might have gotten got, AP. You might have gotten got. Because I don't think the Bucks would announce that. I think they would just, oh, he won't. He won't. He will not. Yes, I saw that. I saw that. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that they won't. Yes. I saw that. Yeah, he won't be traded. Yeah, it's just too difficult to make a trade in season with all of the salary cap ramifications. It's really difficult. It's just a really difficult thing to do. The only. By the way, I don't take them at their word. I do think like there's still a chance he could get traded, but yeah, I don't think they want to. I think they would. It's something that would happen in the offseason where more teams would have more avenues to make trades for him. Like I'm sure they'll still call up the Knicks, depending on the Knicks season end. Maybe they'll pick up and actually negotiate again. Obviously, depending how the season ends for the Knicks. But yeah, they want as many teams bidding as possible. And during the season, just aren't many teams. It's like Atlanta, Miami, kind of it, and like they don't have great packages to send back to you. So. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Giannis staying right there until the right team comes for him to be traded. We'll see. We'll see. David said, "Never say never." Yeah. I don't take them entirely at their word for that. I do think it's still a possibility he could be traded. Well, let's get through this pregame. Who else we got? We got Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells, second-year player, had a really strong rookie season, but a little bit more of the same for Jalen Wells in his second season. 43% from the field, 35% from three-point range. They needed him to up the three-point percentage a little bit higher, be more of a 3-and-D threat. A little bit of a sophomore slump maybe. 43% from the field, not all that good. Just kind of get through the rough patches. He still has a bright future ahead of him, but right now just kind of like, okay, he's solid. Nothing standing out all too much, especially when you have a rookie, as we'll get to him, Cedric Coward, going off the way that he's going off. It's like you look at Jalen Wells a little bit and you're like, all right. Just get better as a 3-and-D guy then, I guess. But as of right now, it's not really given much outside of that. Ty Jerome was a huge pickup for the Grizzlies in the offseason, coming over from the Cavaliers, in which I think he finished top 3 in Sixth Man of the Year voting. But either way, Ty Jerome has not played for them this year so far. He played in the preseason. I actually don't. What is the injury he has? I could pull it up right here on ESPN just to kind of see. I don't even know what the injury is. Is it a knee thing? It's got to be something serious considering he hasn't played 30 games in yet. Ty Jerome with a calf? 6 to 9 weeks. Did he tear the calf muscle off the bone? 6 to 9 weeks. Seems long. AP said Knicks have to do something about that defense. It really is concerning. They're not a defensive team, AP. They are an average defensive team majority of the nights. You take Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart away, guess what? The defense is going to seriously suffer. That's not breaking news. There is no way to improve the defense as long as you have Brunson and Towns out there as your two starters. If you want to improve the defense, you're going to have to trade one of the two guys. Obviously, you're not trading Brunson, so we're talking about trading Towns yet again. And I just don't think there's a real trade out there for Karl-Anthony Towns that will improve this team. I think he's your best option right now. So, and those are off-season questions anyway, because you're not doing a mid-season trade. Gabriel Gobi, what's up, Gabriel? Why are we watching this game? It's the only game on. It's the only game on, Gabriel. I'm sorry, brother, but it's either this or the Celtics taking on the Jazz, big dog. Either this or the Celtics taking on the Jazz. Because I'll tell you what, we not going live at 10:30 for Pistons-Lakers, right? If anything, we would have done this game and the Pistons-Lakers game. But honestly, 10:30, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Got stuff to do. It's going to be a long night. We got the Knicks game going on tomorrow anyway, so this is the only game on. So we're going to do it. We're going to watch some basketball. Hopefully it's a good game. I expect it to be a good game. Kristaps Porzingis is set to return on Wednesday. Okay, shout out KP. AB said, in my mind, when I think Knicks, I always think of defense. Well, you're going to have to change that because they're not a defensive team, brother. They are an offensive team. They are an offensive first team. They've been that way since the Towns trade. actually just need to improve three-point defense? Yeah. I mean, every team, I'm sure, is saying that. You got to be. It's hard because you want to be a good three-point defensive team means you are running guys off of the three-point line. Inherently, when you're running guys off the three-point line, they're attacking closeouts and then attacking the basket. When they attack the basket, you need a good rim protector. Now, Mitchell Robinson is, in theory, a good rim protector, but since majority of this year, he hasn't really been a very good rim protector overall. We know Karl-Anthony Towns is a limited rim protector as well, so the Knicks don't have good rim protection. So part of the defensive strategy is like, okay, we'll give up threes, but the idea is to give up threes to inconsistent shooters in spots that they don't feel comfortable shooting threes. So that's usually wings or above the break. As long as you're not giving up corner threes and giving up threes to good three-point shooters, it's a viable enough strategy to bet on the percentages to work out your way. You're going to get burned some nights. You're going to get burned a pretty decent amount of nights. But overall, the numbers should work in your favor. That's kind of the ethos of the Knicks defense, where it's like, yeah, we'll try to funnel you into the paint, especially when Mitchell Robinson is in, but not all the time. But honestly, every team is trying to force like floaters and long pull-up twos. Players are just getting better at floaters, and getting better at getting into the lane, collapsing a defense, and realizing we got to kick it back out. It's a chess game out there. It is a chess game out there. Goku Rave, what's up, Goku? John Morant is playing. John Morant is playing. We're getting ready for the tip-off in a couple minutes here. So let's get through this. We got KCP. KCP, since leaving Denver, seemingly has forgotten how to shoot the basketball, shooting at 35.5% for this year, which is fine, but not all that good, right? This is fine, but you're supposed to be a knockdown three-point shooter. You should be hovering somewhere around 40. 35.5, not really helping out too much. And 40% from the field, we know you're really just a 3-and-D guy. The three is starting to leave you, brother. The three is starting to leave you, and you're not really a lockdown defender. You're kind of just a solid defender. That's also not helping. Daniel Tilson, my hubby has the flu. Shout out to the Tilson family. Hope you guys are having a good night. I hope you guys celebrate with him having the flu. Hope you guys celebrate very carefully tomorrow. AB said, yeah, NBA players today have unlimited range. It's amazing. Yeah, it's difficult. We have guys in the NBA right now, like we're 30 games in, still shooting 45% from three-point range. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy the way they're shooting the basketball right now. Jason said Ja's kind of playing as much as he's going to play as of late. He'll be out there. He'll be on the court. As far as like playing hard, I can't guarantee that. Santi Aldama is one of my favorite role players in the league. Extremely underrated off the bench. 14.3 points, 6.7 rebounds. He averages more rebounds off the bench than Jaren Jackson Jr. does. That is pathetic from Jaren Jackson Jr. 47.7% from the field. We'll round it up to 48 for him. 45% from three-point range. 34.5, really. It's solid. It's good. Cedric Coward in the starting lineup, by the way. Finally. Christian Koloko in the starting lineup at center. Okay, Christian Koloko, I see you. Along with Jalen Wells and Jaren Jackson Jr., of course. And John Morant. Santi Aldama's... I like Santi Aldama. I like him a lot. I think if he were on a bigger market, on a better team, more people would be talking about him as one of the better role players in the league because I think he's really good. He can spread it out to three. He's a solid defender. He's huge at 7 feet tall. He's much bigger than you would think he would be. Not much of a center, more of a power forward. Not much of a rim protector, only 0.6 rebounds, even with the size. But stretch big, can handle it a little bit. He's kind of like who I think people want Nikola Jovic to be. Kind of who Santi Aldama is. We get to Scottie Pippen Jr., who, like a lot of people, is out with an injury. He's going to undergo left big toe and will be reevaluated in 12 weeks. So, he's been out since October, early October. Maybe he played 1 or 2 games so far this year, but it has been rough for Scottie Pippen Jr. He's been rough for the Grizzlies with all these injuries. K. Hazy, what's up, K. Hazy? Santi's a great player. He is a great player. Daniel Tilson said, need Mitch back. Yeah, they do need Big Mitch. He's unfortunately going to miss the San Antonio game as well. Jason said, Sheffy killing Triple J on these rebounds. He's averaging 8 in his last 3 games. I'll take him for 10 tonight. Let's go, Triple J. Oof. I don't know about that, big dog. I don't know about 10. I'm definitely killing him for his. Listen, 6.5 for a starting power forward / center is pathetic. That's bad. That's just bad. Josh Hart averages 8 on a team with Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns, where Robinson's averaging 9 and Towns is averaging 12. And Josh Hart grabs 8. Tell me Jaren Jackson Jr. is getting 5.5 or 6.5, whatever he's getting. Who cares? It's low. It's bad. It's terrible. Good luck to you if you're gonna take him. Good luck for you. Good luck to you. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for Jaren Jackson Jr. It's just I might be out. I might be out on Jaren Jackson Jr. with the foul issues that he's still having and the lack of rebounding. Like, I need you to get to 7, 8 rebounds. It can't be at 6.5, dude. Get me to 8. You can't luck into 8 rebounds. Like, he ends games with like 4 rebounds grabbed. You can't do that. You can't do that. My goodness. Let's get to the last guy we want to talk about. That's Cedric Coward, the rookie, one of the more entertaining players here with the Grizzlies. We get to watch him in full force. The last time we watched a Grizzlies game, they played the Knicks, and nobody really for the Grizzlies had a very good game, including the rookie Cedric Coward. So I'm hoping to have the opportunity to watch him actually play a really good game tonight. 13.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, 3 assists, 46.5 from the field, 32 from three-point range. His rookie season is going to go by the wayside. It's going to be forgotten because of how deep this rookie class is. But let's not forget Cedric Coward, one of the more intriguing rookies coming out as well. Oof. Jay said, I'm going to count them for you in the chat. We can count them together, brother. Let's count them together because it is a very interesting thing to watch. Hopefully he does grab a bunch of rebounds tonight, but you know, he might have the opportunity to because Joel Embiid is starting across from him, right? So, you know, Joel Embiid is not having a good rebounding season either with all of the knee injuries now sapping him from his athleticism and his lateral movement. So, let's see. All right, let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. 48 minutes. Another game being covered here on the channel. Christian Koloko wins the tip, and John Morant will bring it down. And by the way, these retro throwback jerseys that the Grizzlies are wearing are fire. They're awesome. Also, the court, the City Edition court, I assume, fantastic. John Morant in the lane and knocks down a floater right away. Love to see that. Absolutely love to see that. Let me get those lights out of your way. There you go. Absolutely love to see that. Edgecombe bringing it down. That's a good aggressive move for John Morant early. Maybe national TV is going to wake him up a little bit. Edgecombe lobs it down low to Embiid, who has post positioning on Koloko. Throws up already. Hook can't get it to go. He was off balance. Just look old and injured on that play. Cross-court pass from John Morant gets tipped by Edgecombe. A terrible pass, and that is the John Morant experience that has been all season long for the Grizzlies as Paul George misses a foul line pull-up shot in transition. Jackson hands it off to Coward. Coward driving it down, gets into the paint. Little pull-up jumper. Got it to go over Barlow. And now it's 4-0 to start. Never started the timer. We are 11 minutes in. Only a minute has passed. We'll catch up. Embiid hands it off to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Wells. Coming to his right off the Embiid screen. Driving it down behind the back pass to Embiid. Embiid hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe stops, hesitates, pulls it back, steps behind the Embiid screen again and launches a 3 and splashes it nothing but net for VJ Edgecombe to get Philly up on the board. 4-3 early. Howard has it up top, coming to his right. Off the Koloko screen, they swing it out to Jackson. Pump fakes, leaves it off for Morant. Coming to his left off the Jackson screen, gets into the paint, lobs it up, and ball gets poked away by Barlow. Here comes Edgecombe, putting his head down, attacking. Ball knocked out of his hands by Morant on an awkward defensive play, but he got it. And John Morant now pushing the other way, gets down the lane, and gets the layup to go over Embiid. Embiid didn't really give a contest. And Edgecombe has it on the right wing, dancing with it, a step back 3. Over Coward, can't get it to go. Jackson Jr. with a rebound. There's one, baby. There's a rebound. Hit a head pass to Coward. To Koloko, gets knocked out of the air by Philly. A bad pass attempt. Maxey bringing it down the other way. Dancing with it against the rookie Coward. Pump fakes to get it over to PG. Now over to Embiid. Hands it back off to George. Coming to his left. Down the lane. Loses the handle. And it's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to give it to the Memphis Grizzlies. Jock Londale is going to sub in here for Koloko. Early substitution. Oh, he's going to go right back to the locker room. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. John Morant bringing it down against Edgecombe. They get over to Wells. Wells coming off the screen. They kick it out. Coward wide open. Left corner 3. Can't get that one to go. Wells knocks the rebound over to Londale. Hits off his face. Coward able to recover it and tries to kick it into the corner, but knocked out of bounds by Barlow, so it'll remain with the Grizzlies. 9:30 to go here. Jason said that's actually 2. He's got 2 rebounds already. I had to check the box score. I was like, there's no way he's got 2 already. Got 2 already. Okay, I see you. Maybe he heard me complaining. Morant down the lane, kicks it out to Londale. They swing it out. Wells, a left wing 3. And Jalen Wells continuing the 3-point party. Gets that one to go. The first for the Grizzlies. Embiid bringing it down. He has it up top. Hands it off to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Wells. Coming to his left. Londale hedges out hard. They show two. Now they get over to Embiid at the foul line. Pull-up jumper from him, and he splashes it. 9-5. 9 minutes to go. Coward has it up top. They swing it out to Jackson. Jackson gets it over to Wells. Wells attacks and Maxey off the bounce. Leans in. Pump fakes. Has nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson on right wing three. A little deep, but he rattles it in over Barla. 12-9 now. 12-5. Excuse me. It's 12-5 now. 7-point lead. Edgecombe has it up top. They get it over to Maxey. Maxey behind the back pass to Embiid. Embiid going right back to the handoff. Fakes it. Driving it down along the baseline. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. Being guarded by Londale. Backing him down. Spins. Leaves it off inside the Barlow. Excellent pass from Embiid. Not a great double team from Jackson Jr. there. And now Coward bringing it down the other way. Dancing with it. Oh, Coward getting very fancy with the handle against PG. Stops, turns, spins. Kick it out to Londale. Now over to Wells. Wells a foul line pull-up jumper. And he splashes it. Great ball movement from the Grizzlies to counteract the great ball movement from Philly. And it's 14-7, still remaining a 7-point lead. Now here comes Edgecombe bringing it down the other way. 6% from the field for Memphis. My goodness, the only missed shot they had was that corner three from Coward. PG misses a pull-up straightaway three. Here comes another rebound for Jackson Jr., by the way. They swing it out, Coward to right corner three, and he knocks it down. Missed the left one, knocks the right one down in a 10-point early lead for the Memphis Grizzlies here. And Edgecombe bringing it down. He has it up top. And a timeout from Philly. 17-7. 7:42 to go. There we go. Jason, 3 already. He's got 3 already. It is prime time television, Jason. He heard me complaining. He said, all right, Sheffy, I'll see you complaining about my rebounds. Let me get active on the glass a little bit here. 3 early rebounds. A great sign. A great sign. I also didn't take into account he is going up against Embiid, who is also terrible at rebounding this year. He's got 0. To be fair to Embiid, though, there have been no available rebounds because they've only missed 1 shot. So who has the 1 rebound? How is nobody credited with 1 rebound? They missed 1 shot. There was a rebound available. Who grabbed it? Kay Hazy said Philly's going to lose. Sucks for them. That sucks for them because they're sitting at 16-14. They're in that jam-packed midsection there for the Eastern Conference. Been rough for them. AP said these Sixers fans are trolling us because Tyrese Maxey leads JB in All-Star votes. Who would you rather have? Who would I rather have? I'd rather have Captain Clutch. I'd rather have Jalen Brunson. I'd rather have the guy who's led his team to the conference finals last year, led his team to the second round in the last 2 years. Not even close. Not even close. And I love Maxey. I absolutely love Tyrese Maxey. Again, I hate that he has to play for Philly, but I love Tyrese Maxey. I'd rather have Jalen Brunson, no questions asked. Not even close. Jason said team rebound, out of bounds, maybe, yeah, out of bounds. Good point. I guess nobody grabbed that rebound. Yeah, good point. Yeah, had to have been out of bounds. Addy Lange, what's up, Addy? Grizzlies, room for the Grizzlies today. Playing well to start, 17-7. Just that said, Grizzlies 7 for 8 from the field to start. I'm impressed. I'm also looking at Philly like, what is going on with that defense? AP, so a route for the Grizzlies and a route for the Lakers tonight? Hopefully we get a route for the Lakers. I'm hoping for a good game because obviously, if we're covering the game, I hope the game is good. We get a fun, entertaining matchup between these two teams today. And then the Lakers, I hope the Lakers blow out the Pistons. You're right. I absolutely hope for that. Considering that the Knicks are going up against the Spurs tomorrow, my expectation is a loss. I could definitely see them pulling it out with some magic. But I think there's a lot of factors going against the Knicks tomorrow, especially with no Mitchell Robinson. So I'm just going to chuck up a loss for the Knicks in my mind. Hopefully they prove me wrong. But if the Pistons could also lose tonight, that'd be great. That'd be great. Oh, you're rooting. You're rooting for the Grizzlies. Rooting for the Grizzlies, rooting for the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't really care with Philly either way because they're not an issue to anybody, right? AP said Mitchell Robinson is not playing tomorrow. Mitchell Robinson is out tomorrow, AP. Not playing against the Spurs either. When they asked Mike Brown about it, he was like, "There's no injury. I promise you, there's no injury." He said we've just been playing a lot of basketball as of late. Hasn't really had a day off, so he's injury management. I'm telling you, AP, those games in March and June, in May and June, are far more important than the random December games. Unfortunately, right? It's annoying, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, as long as Mitch is healthy for the playoff run, that's all that really matters. I'd rather seeing him playing, but he's not going to. They get over to Maxey. Maxey back to Embiid. Embiid on the right wing. Hesitates. Leaves it back over to Maxey. Chucks it up with the shot clock body down, and he got it to go. It looked like he just kind of threw it at the rim, but he got it to go. And they call it a long toe on the line for Maxey, unfortunately for him. Aldama's in the game to get over to Morant. Back to Aldama. Aldama gets it over to Londale. Londale has it up top. They get it back to Aldama, being guarded by Barlow. Now they get over to Morant. Coming down to his right. Step back. Pump fake. Leans in. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. You said, is Huck playing? Huck is questionable with the face laceration, the lip laceration. He's questionable. He is questionable. I expect him to play with just the laceration. You know, get that thing taped up, put some of that gel on it. Should be good. Should be good. Robespierre, what's up, Robespierre? He said, do we need a finger pistols counter for Ja Morant? Maybe. We got a Jaren Jackson Jr. rebounding counter going. Morant splits the free throws. 9-18, and under 7 to go here in the first. Approaching the halfway point. Maxey hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe has it up top. Over the top pass to Maxey in the right corner. Pump fake jab step going along the baseline. Gets the easy layup as he just drove right past Londale. With Maxey being guarded by Londale, you have to expect to come over on the help very quickly. They get to Londale in the post being guarded by the rookie Edgecombe. He obviously has the size and strength advantage. He spins along the baseline off the double team. They swing it out to Aldama. He pump fakes from the perimeter. Goes down the lane. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Paul George ends up with it. And here comes Paul George. George has it on the left wing. Shovels it out to Embiid. He's going to attack Londale one-on-one. Stops. One-legged fall-away jumper. Got that one to go in the paint. Morant quickly pushing it the other way. Throws up the floater off glass. Got it to go against Embiid. Attacking Embiid relentlessly in the paint. Not worried about him as a shot blocker anymore at all. Edgecombe up top coming to his left off the Londale screen. Driving it down. Or not the Londale screen, but the Embiid screen. Londale hedged out, but he ran right past him. Barlow gets stripped after Embiid got stripped, but saved by Aldama under his own rim is obviously rule number 1 when you're learning basketball. Aldama commits it right there, and the easy layup for Barlow as he recovered it. Jalen Wells tried to beat them down the court, can't knock down the flip hook shot in the paint over Maxey, and Maxey quickly pushing it the other way, and a moving screen on Embiid. And that'll send him to the bench. That'll send some more substitutions in. Cam Spencer coming in for the Grizzlies here. 20-15, a 5-point lead for the Grizzlies. The largest lead of the game for the Grizzlies was 10. Jason said, Ja's a pretend thug. He went to private school. He's exactly who Em was talking about. Yeah, you know, kind of wants to be a guy who he's not, unfortunately, for him and the people around him who allow him to do that. AB said the Sixers fan, little brother Nets, should take Paul George for Michael Porter Jr.? That's a crazy trade. Spencer gets it up top to Wells. Pump fakes, drives it down, gets knocked out of his hands by Maxey. Barlow saves it from going out of bounds. And now here comes Edgecombe pushing it the other way. Edgecombe has it up top. They swing it over to Barlow. Barlow over to Grimes, who's checked in, being chased by Spencer. They get it over to Edgecombe, attacking to his left, down the lane, takes a bump, puts up the floater, got it to go over Wells. Excellent finish from Edgecombe there, and it's back to a one-possession game, 17-20. Forgot to give him the previous lay from Maxey. They get over to Aldama. Aldama tried to get it to Wells, but knocked out of bounds by Maxey. Maxey getting active now. Getting his team back into this one. Abe said, like, someone will be dumb enough to trade for that contract. Not Michael Porter Jr., though. Michael Porter Jr. is averaging like 26 a game right now. Can't trade that guy for Paul George, who's essentially nothing. He's essentially the highest paid role player in the league right now. Jock Londale fires up a straightaway 3, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Vince Williams pulls it out, and he lays it up and in. Barlow goes up against Aldama, gets the shot blocked, going 0-on-1, but the ball finds its way right back to him, and he lays it up and in quickly before Aldama recovers off the shot block, so it's back to a 3-point game. Spencer driving it down, up top, Londale, no hesitation, straight away three. That's the second one in a row, and that's the second one in a row he's missed. Maxey digs out the long rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Maxey crosses over to his left. Switched on to. Driving to his right, down the lane, flips it up with the right hand. Got it to go. Is that G.G. Jackson? Maxey got the layup to go in a full timeout from the Grizzlies. It's a 1-point game. 4:09 to go. That is G.G. Jackson in the game. He looks skinny. AP said Philadelphia is stuck. They're kind of stuck, AP, but at the same time, they have Maxey, they have Edgecombe, they have Grimes for however long they have Grimes. They have McCain. Like, they have avenues to get out of this. You said those two max slots are horrible. They are horrible, but they're probably not looking to compete until Maxey and Edgecombe start to hit their peak in about 2 or 3 years. And at that point, those contracts will be expiring contracts. They'll be much easier to move. Like, it kind of sucks to throw these seasons away where you're not really competing, but the priority has shifted from, like, competing for a championship, which is where they were when they gave Embiid and Paul George the max contracts. But the directive is shifted, at least it should shift, to prioritizing Maxey's continued growth and development. He's only 25 years old, so I don't even think he's at his peak yet. And developing BJ Edgecombe as much as possible, seeing what you have in McCain, whether he's a part of the future or a trade piece, a trade candidate, and then, figuring out what you're doing with Grimes, whether you're bringing him back or including him in a trade. Because, again, you're not really winning anything right now. You're not really going to be competing for a championship. So they have avenues out of it. This is already the second year of 4 years for Paul George. So after this season, he'll have 2 more seasons remaining. Maxey will be hitting his peak at the end of that contract. Edgecombe will be, hopefully an all-star by that point is the expectation for Philly. So they have ways out of it. It's just going to take some time, unfortunately. Abe said, thank God Rose did not trade for Joel Embiid. Yeah, man. There's obviously been conversations about that. There's been conversations about him trading for other guys in the past. But, I think, the Giannis thing, I don't think Leon Rose would have pulled the trigger. Like the Donovan Mitchell thing, actually, is a more apt comparison. I don't think Leon Rose pulls the trigger unless it's a good deal. And I don't think Philly would have negotiated with the Knicks in good faith, especially when it's their franchise cornerstone guy, Joel Embiid. And Leon Rose is a smart dude. And he would have been like, look, I want Joel Embiid, but I know his injury history. Like, everybody knows his injury history. You're going to have to bring the price down. Philly would not have brought the price down. So I'm thankful that Leon Rose has a brain. I'm thankful Leon Rose is a smart dude. Because even if Embiid was a bit healthier and was available for trade, I don't think Leon Rose would have made the trade. Jaden said, I find it funny sometimes NBA coaches are so set in their rotations and they will pull a squad that is hot to stay on schedule. I never understand it. It's got to do with, it's hard as a coach because other guys need to play. Even if a player is hot, the only time you go against your own rotation is when a singular player, and usually your star player, is on fire. Aldama knocks down a 3 coming out of the timeout. Great play from the Grizzlies. But for the most part, you have to stay on course. You have to. There are exceptions to the rule, but you have to stay on course. As Maxey responds with a step-back 3 of his own, my goodness. Back to a 1-point game. Anything you can do, I can do better. Abe said, remember when he told Paul George to take a hike? Here comes the Grizzlies. And who is this? Javon Small is in the game. Okay. Small, cross-court pass. A 3 from G.G. Jackson. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Small able to grab it. Get it out to Aldama. Aldama up top to Spencer. Spencer coming to his left, crosses over to his right, kicks it back out to Javon Small for an open 3, and he knocks it down. Great driving kick from Spencer there. Way to knock the shot down from Javon Small. With all the injuries that the Grizzlies have suffered with, guys like Javon Small, guys like Cam Spencer getting an opportunity here. Maxey up top to get it over to Grimes. Grimes attacking the open space. Kick it out to Edgecombe. Edgecombe out of the right corner. Going to dance with it against Small. Step back three for him off the rhythm dribble. Comes up short. Long rebound. Small able to chase it down. Edgecombe was there in the vicinity as well. But Small able to dig it out. They swing it out to Jackson. Jackson's going to drive to his left. Bully ball's way into the paint. Draws the foul. Can't get the shot to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Remember when G.G. Jackson, as a rookie, started to get buckets? And it was like, oh, snap. G.G. Jackson, who went in the second round, was like, oh, every team missed on him. And now he can barely get off the bench, unfortunately. I like G.G. Jackson coming out of the draft. Now Dimitri said, Happy New Year's all. Got to get ready for work. Ciao, let's go Knicks. Appreciate you, Niall. Appreciate you, man. Happy New Year to you, my brother. We'll see each other tomorrow. Maybe, I guess. But I'll be here. G.G. Jackson knocks down the first free throw. Rattles it in. AB said, I don't see how we have a chance in the game tomorrow without Mitchell Robinson. NBA regular season is weird. The NBA regular season is weird. They could have a horrific shooting game. They've just lost 2 in a row. They could have a bad shooting game. The Knicks could have a fantastic shooting game. This is why you play the games. Just going to have to see. They are obviously not going to be favored in the game at all. Spurs should be a heavy favorite, but they have a chance. It's just going to take a lot. They're going to have to play close to a perfect game as they can with the guys they have available. Paul George fires a 3 and knocks it down over Aldama, who was right there, right in his face. Knocked it down anyway. G.G. Jackson did knock down both free throws, by the way. So it's 27-30, back to a 3-point game. Small up top, coming to his left off the Coloco screen, who's back in. Cross-court pass, Aldama catches, pump fakes, gets to the mid-range pull-up jumper, and he rattles it in. Aldama, one of my favorite role players in the league, man. Shout out Santi Aldama. 5 points for him. Maxey has it up top, dancing with it. They spray it out to Paul George, attacking to his right against Aldama. Aldama hits the floor. They kick it in the corner to Grimes. Grimes a 3, and he got it to go. Great pass from Paul George. Spencer Jones, or Cam Spencer, excuse me. Cam Spencer hit ahead to G.G. Jackson, who Euro steps in the lane for a floater. And Maxey bringing it down. Being guarded by Jackson. Maxey dancing with it, coming to his right, lost the handle, picks it back up, throws up the floater, got it to go, and the foul for Tyrese Maxey. My goodness, out of control, in control, loses the handle, picks the handle back up, knocking down the floater anyway through all of the chaos. AB said, absolutely not when they got a second coming of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We'll see, brother, we'll see. I mean, you're not wrong, but we'll see. AB said, strange to hear Quentin Grimes and not think Knicks. It was a good Knick. It was a good Knick. Unfortunately, Tom Thibodeau, those two didn't really jive together. Finding a proper way to phrase that. Those guys clearly were not on the same page. Jackson Jr. has it up top after Maxey knocked down his and one free throw. Jackson down the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Battle for a rebound. Small knocks it up in the air, but Edem able to grab it. Here comes McCain, crossover to his left, down the lane against Spencer, throws up the floater off glass, can't get it to go. Bona snags the rebound, but gets fouled by Aldama battling for it. So it's a foul on the floor with 1:12 to go. Maybe Tibbs shaking my head. Yeah, Tibbs did a lot of good, but he also did some bad. And shaking the confidence away from Quentin Grimes was one of the more underrated things, negative things that Tom Thibodeau did. Philly's in the bonus anyway, so unless they call it in the act of shooting, because he did throw it up at the basket, but either way, bonus at the foul line for 2, and he misses a free throw. They are in the bonus. Philly is in bonus, so he's at the foul line for 2. AP reminding people to hit the like button. If you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead and hit that like button. Bona does knock down the second one at least, and he ties it up at 34 here in the first quarter with 1 minute to go. Small has it up top. Being guarded by McCain. Small gets it out to Jaren Jackson Jr., fires up a 3, and his second made 3 of the first quarter here for Jackson Jr. goes down. Here comes Maxey, quickly pushing the other way. Maxey being guarded by Small, hit ahead to McCain. McCain on the right wing, up top to Paul George. George gets it over to Grimes. Grimes trying to get it to Maxey. Grimes will instead isolate. Step back, side step three. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Cedric Coward picks it up. Going to turn on the Jets, putting his head down, attacking all the way to the basket. Flips it up. Can't get it to go. Got to be stronger when going to the rim there. Got to get it all the way to the basket. Can't settle for the little floater there. McCain bringing it down. Pull up three. Trying to go for the 2-for-1. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Aldama with the rebound. Here comes Spencer. He's going to hold it for as long as he can. There's about a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so you should hold it for as long as you can. Howard has it on the right wing, being guarded by Maxey. Coming to his left off a screen. He's going to settle for the pull-up three. No, he kicks it at the last second to Spencer, fires it up, and Spencer gets it to go down. And Memphis finds themselves back up by 6 with a 40-point first quarter. Maxey dancing with it against Aldama. Sidestep, step back three. Way off at the side of the backboard, not even close. Coward will fire the half-court heave, and he can't get it to go. Maxey 12, 2, and 2. Perfect, too. Well, there's the miss. Here's the miss from Maxey. Jason said that was scoring. Oh, yes, it was. A lot of scoring, a lot of scoring. How many rebounds did Jackson Jr. end up with? Jackson Jr. has 3 rebounds. He's got 3 rebounds. He's already halfway to his average. Avey said, that's why I never thought Jeff Van Gundy would be good for this group. They are the same type of coach. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Van Gundy is a little bit better, but it's hard to say because he hasn't been a head coach in so long. But he and Tibbs are very, very similar in their coaching styles. Tibbs was on Van Gundy's coaching staff, I'm pretty sure. But it doesn't take away from them. This was not the team for Tom Thibodeau to coach. It was very clearly not the team for him. Jason said he sat out half the quarter too. We got a lot of time left. I have a feeling he's still going to end up with like 6 rebounds tonight, 6 or 7 rebounds. He won't get past 7 rebounds. His average is 6.5. He won't get past 7. He'll at max, in my opinion, I think he'll end up with 7, but we'll see. Avey said 40-point, that used to be the halftime score. Yeah. I mean, it's a combination of obviously the rules giving offense much more leeway than they used to. The way the rules are enforced, the way they enforce them now, obviously gives, if I say obviously one more time, punch myself in the face. I got to stop using that word as a filler. Modern basketball, the way the rules have been legislated gives offenses far more leeway just in terms of like the traveling and the carrying and the ball handling and stuff like that. We know that, but the way they're also legislated or the way they're enforced during NBA games gives gives offenses such a major advantage over defenses. Is really I think the biggest issue plaguing modern basketball right now is the way that they're enforcing the rule book. It's just bad. Like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the rule book, but the way they're enforcing the rules is just inherently bad. And I think it can often create bad games. I think it just creates bad games and bad basketball. But and also just the improvement from the players with their boasting with the perimeter shooting, the 3-point shooting, how deep guys are shooting it, how effectively they're shooting it off the dribble. I think that's one of the more underrated things too. Like, even role players are capable of shooting off the dribble threes, and that used to be like a superstar trait back in the day. Like, even going back 10 years ago, that was a superstar trait. Role players didn't do that. Now role players are doing that. It's crazy. Jason said, this is a fun mini game. Yeah, I mean, there's really no stakes to it. Both teams are hovering around 500. There's no real stakes to this game. But again, this is like the only game on right now. So, Rod on Big Paul, what's up, Ron? Sheffy for league commissioner. I don't know if I'd be the best at being in charge of a large group like this. I'd definitely be solid as like an assistant. Like, get me in there, get my ideas heard. Let me talk and debate these people about the way things are being legislated and whatnot. AB said, I never had a pair of Jordans. I can only think off the top of my head. Like, I know my mom got them for me as a kid. A couple of them, maybe like 2 or 3 of them. But outside of that, Was never really a big Jordan person. Like I was more of like, get me hoop shoes, as Embiid misses a three coming to start the second quarter. I was always more like, give me functional basketball shoes, so in a pinch I could play basketball whenever I wanted. And Jordans were never the go-to. Coward misses a corner three, knocked out of bounds by Embiid, so it's going to stay here with the Grizzlies. I had Grant Hills 95. That's crazy. Dogcatcher, what's up, Dogcatcher? Without a doubt, same syllable count as obviously means same-ish thing. Yeah, it's just my filler word. It's just a word that I go to. Instead of like saying or I'll say obviously. It varies as Cedric Coward knocks down a pull-up jumper. It varies. I use obviously, I use different words as my filler word to try and stay away from ums and uhs, even though I still sometimes use uhs and ums. I'm just trying to get better as an orator, as a speaker. As Paul George answers with a straightaway three, good ball movement from Philly here. Let's get into the game. John Morant out of the mid-range, leans in, puts up the floater, looking for the foul call. A little late of a whistle, but he does get the whistle. We'll go to the foul line for two here. AB said Patrick Ewing's were everywhere in the late 80s. Yeah, the only player shoe that I like went out of my way to get when I was a kid was Melo. Obviously, because he was, I said obviously, but that time I wanted to use that word because he was a Knick. Because he was a Knick, and I wanted to support the Knicks, and he was the best player on the team, and I was like, and I liked the shoe. The shoe looked cool, so I got me a pair of Melos. But they weren't a comfortable basketball shoe, and that's when I made the decision, yeah, I don't care what the sneaker is and who has the sneaker. I just want good basketball shoes. I want to be able to play basketball in my shoes. Melos were terrible to play basketball in. They hurt. They hurt my foot. Grimes has it up top. They swing it out. Paul George left corner three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Cedric Coward chases down the rebound, and he's bringing it down the other way. It is 43-37. John Morant has it on the left wing, dances with it against Edgecombe, backing him down, stops, steps through, leans in, puts up the floater, rattles in, and it stays out. Embiid knocks the rebound away from Koloko. And here comes Embiid. Hit ahead to McCain. Jab step, driving it down, blows past the defense, but a foul on the floor before McCain gets all the way to the rim. Joe's dad said, I'm not just a member of the Joel Embiid hate club, I'm the president. And it is a very large hate club, too. Some Philly fans are also getting in on the hate club as well. McCain lobs it down low to Embiid in the post, gets it knocked out of bounds by Jackson Jr. Got smacked in the mouth. King Free, what's up, King Free? Let's go, Memphis. Keep them away from the Knicks. I don't think Philly's not all that close. Not really worried about Philly at all, at any point. Even if they see him in the playoffs, not worried about him. Grimes has it up top, dancing with it against Jackson Jr. They swing it out to Paul George, blows past the defense down the lane, gets fouled. Going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws, gets fouled by, I believe, Koloko there, who came over on the weak side. Jaden said, by the way, Triple J got credited for his 4th rebound. Interesting. I'm sticking with my max 7 tonight. If he gets more than 7, I'll be impressed. His average is 6.5, so if he gets more than 7, I'll be impressed. Old George knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. AP said, I would never forgive Joel what he did to Mitchell Robinson. That's why Mitchell Robinson is not playing tomorrow. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson rushed back that season from the foot surgery so that he can be ready for the playoffs, so he can play some regular season games, so he can be ready for the playoffs. And then Joel Embiid got so frustrated with him, he pulled him down out of the air and re-injured the foot and just played extremely reckless and dirty that series. And it didn't even get him the win. Screw that guy forever. Jackson Jr. throws up a lefty floater, can't get it to go down. Off the nice interior pass from Morant. Now Edgecombe pushing it the other way. They get over to Embiid. Embiid attacking Koloko. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go from the foul line. We talked about in the pregame, Joel Embiid is essentially just a jump shooter at this point. Morant up top coming to his right, driving it down. They swing it up to Coward. Coward gets caught in the air, but leaves it off to Jackson Jr. at the last second. Goes up and gets blocked by Edgecombe, but a foul is called, and it'll send him to the foul line for 2. 3 fouls on Edgecombe now. Ronald said, Embiid and Klay Thompson and PG and LeBron are first team all washed. Yeah, Embiid starting to hit that point. He's just got to transition. Like, washed is such a harsh term, but he's got to hit the transition in his career of just being a role player. As long as he does that, he'll be all right. Same with Paul George. As long as he just accepts the fact that he's a role player, he should be all right moving forward. LeBron is 90,000 years old, so I have no expectations for LeBron. He's got to hit the point of being a role player as well, but I don't know if he could do that. I think in a high leverage game, he could take his game up, but he can't play regular season minutes anymore. Embiid a straightaway three over Koloko, and he gets it to go down. The jump shot's starting to go down for Joel Embiid as Philly takes. No, they don't take a lead. Jackson Jr. knocked down both free throws. I forgot to credit him with that. So it's 45-44, 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. John Morant directing traffic, calling for a screen. They get it over to Jackson. GG Jackson. Gets it back to Morant in the paint. Pump fakes. Steps through. He's got nowhere to go. They kick it out. Jackson Jr. fires up a straightaway three. Hits the side of the backboard as he had to get it up with the shot clock winding down. Here comes McCain bringing it down the other way. Going past the defense in the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go. Nice finger roll layup for him. And now Philly takes the lead, 46-45. Morant has it on the left wing. Up top to Coward. Coward down the lane, goes up, layup. Can't get it to go. Can't get his own tip to go. But somehow the ball gets tipped in with Embiid battling for the rebound. It went through the basket. So that's 2 points for Coward. McCain up top. Coming to his left off a double screen. Coward chasing. They get it over to Paul George. George gets it over to Embiid. Embiid in the high post. Hits Paul George, come back door. Goes up with the righty layup against Jackson Jr. And he's in it. Still pretty good finisher. If he can get down there with some leverage, and he gets a layup to go over Jackson Jr. Morant dancing with it against Barlow. Step back, baseline, fall away jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Ugly offensive possession there for John Morant. He falls out of bounds. It's 5-on-4. Quentin Grimes blows right past the defense. They swing it around to Paul George on the right wing, wide open. Doesn't take the three, drives it in, and he gets hit with a charge. Just take the three, Paul George. Know your role, brother. Know your role. Just that LeBron will be an all-star this year. The game is in L.A. I don't think he's going to make it. I mean, they got Luka. Luka's going to be the all-star. I don't think LeBron's going to make it. He hasn't played enough games, and then when he has played, hasn't played all that well. Just that's at 23 years, he might try to go get to 25. I think he should retire next year. I think he should announce it this offseason. Hey, man, I'm hurt. I'm dealing with sciatica. I'm old. It's rough out here for me. I'm not really helping my team win games anymore, and at that point, I got to call it a career. He should retire next year. Next year should be his farewell tour. And just wrap it up, brother. Just wrap it up. They kick it out. Jaren, GG Jackson fires a right wing three, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Coward ends up with it. Another offensive rebound for him. Spins in the lane and gets it to go over McCain. Cedric Coward attacking the offensive glass here tonight. 7:30 to go. Quentin Grimes has it up top, coming to his left off a double screen. Coward chasing to get it over to Embiid up top, attacking to his left. And he gets fouled by Koloko. Going to send him to the foul line for two. Ron said the game is at the Clippers facility. Funny. Just that said Draymond and Embiid should have to fist fight New Year's Eve. Crazy. AP said, I don't think the Cavaliers want anything to do with him. With LeBron? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe they do. You seen the way they look this year? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you one team that has almost no interest in LeBron, and that's the New York Knicks. And it should stay that way. Embiid knocks down both free throws. And now we're back and forth here. Aldama driving it down in the lane. Wild kick out pass to GG Jackson in the left corner. Jab step going along the baseline, being guarded by McCain. Leaves it off to Coward in the lane. Big two-handed slam. Great cut from CJ Coward. Nice pass from GG Jackson. Cedric Coward's having a heck of a night tonight. Playing well. 7 minutes to go here. Grimes coming to his left. Blows past the defense. They kick it out to McCain on a wild pass. He saves it. Now driving to his left in the lane. Reverse layup for him. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Cedric Coward pulls it out. He's bringing it down. Putting his head down. Attacking. Euro step in the lane, throws up the floater. Wild shot off glass. But he does draw the foul, so he's going to go to the foul line for two. We're going to get a full timeout here from the Grizzlies. Cedric Coward having a heck of a night. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Cedric Coward play well. Okay, he said Joel Gilgeous-Alexander. It's a crazy name. Yeah, foul baiting. Foul baiting at its best with Joel Embiid. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? AB said, do you ever think you would see the day of that? Did you ever think you would see the day of that? Did I ever think that LeBron would be wearing a Knicks jersey? No. After 2011 or this the 2010 offseason when he went to the Miami Heat, I was like, oh yeah, he'll never play for the Knicks because that's really your one opportunity to go to the Knicks and make something happen, right? Chaos Kid said, fire Thibodeau now. Thibodeau's on a beach somewhere, brother. Says that to LeBron will be an injury replacement for the All-Star game. No shot. They'll have festivities without the King. I don't think he really cares. He's 41, year 23. I don't think he really cares. I mean, I know what you mean. Like, the league cares, but he didn't even play in the game last year. I don't think he cares. I don't think he wants to be at the All-Star game. AB said, you believe Justice's dad that he'll be an injury replacement? I don't think so. I think the league is filled with too much talent. I think there would be way too much uproar with it. I guess they could, just as a, they've done this in the past. Like, Kobe made an all-star team or two at the end of his career that he wasn't an all-star that year, but it was Kobe, so they gave him the all-star berth. I think they did it with Wade one year. I think they did it with Dirk one year, where it was like, hey, you know what? Here's your legacy all-star. Here's your legacy all-star berth. So they might do it with him. I could see a world where they do it. I just don't think they will. I think there's too much talent around the league. But you're right with the injury replacement thing, because boy, oh boy, the injury's stacking up. Jokic is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with the knee injury, the hyperextended knee. So that sucks for him, because that might put him at the what is it called? Like he might not reach the minimum games requirement in order to be available for award seasons or for any of the awards, like MVP, who he was leading the race of, like being named to any of the All-NBA teams. So there's going to be an extra spot for it. Ron said, dang, 10 a.m. game tomorrow, Pacific time. 7 a.m. local Hornets time? Really? 7 a.m.? 10 a.m.? Where are you at, Ron? Where are you at? It is an 7 o'clock game for us on the East Coast here. Are they playing an early game tomorrow? Oh, for the Hornets. The Hornets. You're talking about the Hornets game? Talking about the Hornets game. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a 1 p.m. start time here on the East Coast. The Knicks game tomorrow is at 7 p.m. We have full slate of games tomorrow. I think we're going to stay with just our Knicks. It is a holiday. So. Coward knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Cedric Coward. I want to look at him. What does Cedric Coward have right now? It's up to 15 points. AB said, I'm tired of seeing the same guy anyway give Brunson the MVP. Well, unfortunately, it'll probably be SGA. Brunson might be second, though. I think he's sitting third right now for the MVP race, behind Jokic and SGA. But if Jokic is going to be out, might be second. Might have a case. Embiid lobs it up to himself, can't get the putback. Tried to go for the highlight, no foul call. Great contest from, again, Coward. Pull the pass inside to Londale, he gets the easy layup. Not a good decision from Embiid there. It is now 50 to 55. Approaching the halfway point here in this second quarter. Maxey has it up top, being guarded by G.G. Jackson. It's a good sign, though, for Embiid. He's healthy. Moving out there. He tried to throw it down. Embiid driving it down. Fall away, one-legged shot. Got it to go. Embiid's hooping tonight. Embiid is up to 13 points himself. They get out to Aldama. Aldama straightaway threes a trailer. He splashes it. All right, now we're getting some NBA action. We're going back and forth. We're past the halfway point here in this second quarter. Grimes up top. Coming to his right off the Barlow screen. Swings it over to Maxey. Maxey up top, being guarded by G.G. Jackson. A great pass from Embiid back to Maxey on the handoff, and Maxey gets the left wing three to go, and now we're just trading haymakers. Now we're swinging back at each other, 58-55. Aldama on the right wing, fakes the handoff, tries to get it out to Londale, and Justin Edwards comes up with a nice steal. Lazy pass from Aldama there, and then Grimes just beats him down the court and then gets fouled by Coward at the rim as he tried to go down for a two-handed slam. K. Hazy said, Embiid can shoot from anywhere, he needs to stop foul baiting. My conspiracy is that Joel Embiid has made himself injury prone to the degree that he is because of all his foul baiting and how often he's hit the floor throughout his career. Showing the replay. I don't know. Coward got a lot of ball on that dunk attempt from Grimes. Coward wanted the challenge, but they're not challenging it. Coward with 2 fouls. He's going to go to the bench here. Grimes does miss the second free throw. He split them. Here comes Cam Spencer bringing it down. They swing it over to Aldama. Now over to Jaren Jackson. Jackson spins. They kick it out to Aldama. Right corner three for him. And Santi Aldama, his third three of the first half. My goodness, Aldama shooting the heck out of the ball so far tonight. One of my favorite role players. I'm going to keep saying it because I love that guy. Grimes dancing with it, spins. They kick it out to Embiid. Cross-court pass. Justin Edwards, a left wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Jalen Wells clears with the rebound. Quick outlet to Aldama. Aldama bullet pass inside to nobody. Terrible pass from Aldama. Said that a couple of times tonight. Here comes Embiid bringing it down the other way. Embiid hands it off to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Wells, coming to his right of the screen. Stops, hedges out, they swing it out. Embiid fires up a three after he set his feet. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Aldama chases it down and leaves it off for Spencer. Cam Spencer coming to his left. And he throws it to nobody. I've said that multiple times about the Grizzlies tonight. They are just not on the same page offensively. Maxey blowing past Aldama down the lane, leaves it off for Embiid. Embiid goes up and gets fouled by Jackson Jr., and he gets the layup and dunk to go down. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Oh, for one more. He knocked the layup down. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? He swore to become a masturbator. Come on, big dog. Ron said only Wemby should get awards. He might not be. He missed some time, too. We'll see if he can play the remainder of the year. I don't know what he's on pace for to play, but that 25 game played minimum is kicking the butt of the league right now. Ron said, dang, my guy going full conspiracy. Embiid misses a free throw. Can't be missing free throws here. Cam Spencer has it up top, being guarded by Maxey. They get it out to Jaren Jackson Jr., being guarded by Barlow. Taking it off the bounce. Kicks it in the corner to Londale. He fires a right corner three. Comes up short. Barlow with the rebound. Here comes Maxey, bringing it down the other way, being picked up by Jalen Wells, driving it down, stop, half spin, pulls it all the way back out to the three-point line, spins to his right, crosses over, step back three, Maxey feeling it, and he got it to go, nothing but net. Tyrese Maxey just having Jalen Wells dance, he was just puppeting him. I want you over here, now I want you over here, now I'm going to pull it back and shoot the three, and he knocked it down, nothing but net. Jaren Jackson Jr. down the lane, draws the foul, and gets the layup to go, so he'll go to the foul line for one more here. Jason said another 70-point half for both teams. We got, 3:21 to go? We still got a little bit of time left to go here for the teams to get there. But, yeah, they're on pace for it as Jackson Jr. knocks down his free throw. Maxey up top hands it off to Embiid. Embiid dancing with it against Londale. Embiid at the foul line, stop, turn, spin, fall-away jumper. He's really feeling himself. He misses that one. Aldama with yet another rebound. Bringing it down, gets it over to Spencer. Spencer over to Aldama, hands it back off to Spencer. Coming to his left, being guarded by Grimes, hands it off to Wells. Wells on the left wing to get over to Londale. Londale kicks it over to Spencer, coming to his right, driving it down to his left, leans in, throws up the floater, draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go down. It was halfway down, but Cam Spencer will go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 3 minutes to go. User, what's up, User? Go Pacers? We can go around the league. See what the Pacers are up to. Are the Pacers playing? You got to bump some Chicago drill music in the background? Not going to do it, brother. Going to get hit with the copyright, my man. Spencer at the foul line knocks down the first free throw. Spencer at the foul line for one more. AP said Indiana's having a great season. They are kind of having a great season in the sense that they can have a high lottery pick, AP, and it's going to be incredibly annoying when they add that guy, whoever it is, to Tyrese Halliburton coming back, and Pascal Siakam, and Ben Mathurin, and Andrew Nembhard, and Aaron Nesmith. It's going to be incredibly annoying. Grimes gets it over to Maxey, swings it over to Paul George. Paul George being guarded by Wells. Jab step, puts up the three after creating some space. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, and a loose ball foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. Couldn't even grab that rebound. Couldn't grab that rebound, Jason. How many rebounds is he with? Cam Spencer did knock down the other free throw, by the way. So it's 61-66 with 2:48 to go. How many rebounds is Jaren Jackson Jr. sitting with now? Still 4 rebounds. Stuck at 4, Jason. I can't wait for him to end the game at either 7 or below. I have no faith that Jaren Jackson Jr. will grab these rebounds. How many fouls does he have now? It's the second personal foul that he picked up there in the loose ball. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? How are you doing? I'm doing good. Bernard, how you doing? Okay, Hazy said, let's hope for a bust with the draft pick. Yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for Philly to win basketball games this year because I can't see them after making a finals run and going to Game 7 against the Thunder, in which you could make the case that the only reason they didn't win the championship was because Halliburton got hurt. I can't watch that team with Halliburton coming back add a top 3 talent from a draft that has 3 potentially franchise-changing, franchise-altering talents between Cam Boozer. It's Cam Boozer, right? Cam Boozer, AJ DeBansta, and Darren Peterson. I can't see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to have to root for one of those guys to be bust if they do end up with a top 3 pick. So all I simply have to do is root that Indiana actually wins some basketball games. All I have to root for. And then they don't have any lottery luck. All I can do is root for that. It is what? 9:03, so other games should be tipping off at this point. That Celtics-Jazz game should be tipping off soon here. Bro, ESPN, I'm not here for your ads. Get your ads out of here. My goodness. The worldwide leaders in sports. Ron said Mavs are going to try and take all of the draftees. I mean, that is OKC with how many draft picks they have in this upcoming draft, to potentially have. AP said, let's root for Washington. We can root for Washington, mostly because, great point, AP. This is going to transition perfectly. Let's look at the standings and particularly go to the low standing. Actually, let's go to the league, see where the Wizards stand in the league standings, because obviously that is how the lottery odds are calculated, where you stand in the league rankings. The Pacers at the bottom. See, this is the thing I'm concerned about. This is what I'm concerned about. Pacers at the bottom. They have the worst record in the league. They're 2 games behind the Wizards, right? The Wizards have the second worst record in the league, but it is top 8 protected, so they need to be 9. They have to end up at 9. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have to get to like 12 wins. They have to go on a 5-game winning streak to really enter this realm right here. They have to be the worst of the best. I mean, they have to be the best of the worst. That's what they have to do. I don't think they're going to pass up the Bucks, especially with Giannis back. They'll start winning some games again. Portland's solid. They're fine. I don't think they're not going to catch Portland. Portland will hover around 500 this year. Same with Atlanta. Same with Memphis. And so everybody else up is going to hover around 500. And so they have to be better than the Jazz. So I'm tracking the Jazz, the Mavs, and the Hornets. They have to start getting better there. That's where they have to go. Bona misses his first free throw. He's got another one coming. They're in the bonus, and that was a foul on Jackson Jr. That's why Bona's at the foul line. Davey said we need 9. Yeah, we need 9. So we need to get past the Jazz. This is the limit right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to be past the Jazz. Oof. Bonus split the free throws, by the way. And then John Morant gets fouled. Who's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws? Trying to answer. John Morant knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Bernard Johnson, let's go. Lakers to beat Detroit. Yeah, as Knicks fans, we're Lakers fans tonight. Rooting for the Lakers to beat Detroit. Cedric Coward comes back in for the final 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Morant goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. He's been excellent from the foul line this year. Here comes Quentin Grimes bringing it down. Grimes up top, quick crossover to his right, leaves it off for Embiid. Embiid up top, leaves it off for Maxey, coming to his left, off the Embiid screen. They get it back to Embiid, driving to his left. They kick it back over to Maxey. Pump fake, jab step, driving to his right, step back, pump fake, inside to Embiid. Crowded, gets knocked out of his hands, but they call a foul, and Jalen Wells is going to send Embiid to the foul line for 2. He said they need, that would be awesome if we get the 9th, they have to drop. Yeah, the issue with it, though, AP, is that they know that their pick goes to the Knicks if it ends up at 9th or lower. So they'll start coming up with injuries to some of their best players to have them out so that they make sure that they lose games. If they even hit a hot streak. They have to hit a hot streak to begin with. So I very much think that the Washington Wizards will tank at the end of the year if they're concerned at any point that they might lose that draft pick. Embiid makes the first free throw. Makes the second free throw. A little bit of a free throw fest to end the first half here. 2:20 to go in the second quarter. 68-64. Both teams on pace for 70 points this half. All Memphis needs is one more basket. Morant gets it over to Coward. Back to Morant. Morant has it up top. Coming to his right off the Aldama screen. They swing it down low to Jalen Wells, who gets swatted at the rim by Embiid, and then Embiid dives for it. It's out of bounds. I don't know what's gone into Embiid. But diving all over the floor, falling down, trying to throw lobs to yourself off the backboard and dunking it down is not really how you preserve yourself for the long run. I don't know what he's doing tonight, but hey, each their own, I guess. John Morant has the inbounds coming to his right. Pass fake, steps through, leaves it out to Aldama. Aldama pump fakes. The shot clock winding down, just heaves it up at the rim off of one leg, can't get it to go. Embiid knocks the rebound out to Grimes. Grimes bringing it down the other way. Has it on the right wing. In and out dribble coming to his left in the middle of the lane. They swing it out. Paul George, left corner 3 over Morant. Paul George too low. Can't get it to go. Jackson Jr. with a rebound. Over to Coward. Now into Wells. Jaren Jackson Jr. just loses the handle, I guess. Maxey hit head to Grimes. Blows past the defense. Down the lane. Gets swatted by Jackson Jr. Morant hit a head pass to Aldama. He's going to go down. Leaves it off for Wells. Wells reverse layup. Got it to go. And Paul George bringing it down the other way in a 70-point first half for the Memphis Grizzlies here. You get over to Maxey. Maxey coming to his right at the Embiid screen. Maxey kicks it up top to Embiid. Embiid a straightaway 3. Jaren Jackson Jr. kind of giving it to him. Doesn't want to come all the way out to contest. Kind of daring him to shoot, and he misses. Wells gets it over to Jackson Jr. He's driving it in on Embiid. Goes up. Gets blocked again. Bona and Embiid in the court right now. A lot of teams going to double big lineups. Interesting. 1 minute to go here. Jason said, oh, snap, that's 5. He's up to 5 already. I'm only allowing him 2 rebounds in the second half. He's got a very good chance of beating my expectations tonight. They get it into Wells. Wells coming to his left, driving down along the baseline. Gets caught in the air, tries to kick it over to Jaren Jackson Jr. driving it down. And Embiid kicks it out to great anticipation from Embiid there to come up with a steal. Maxey gets it over to Embiid. He's going to put his head down, attacking, flips it up at the rim. Doesn't get it to go, but a foul on Wells. And there's the foul baiting from Embiid that drives people crazy. Ron said, how is Embiid walking around without knee cartilage right now? They probably, shoot him up with a bunch of painkillers, a bunch of numbing creams probably on that knee. Part of the reason why he'll play a couple of games, then miss a couple of games. Then play a couple of games, then miss a couple of games. The Joel Embiid experience so far. Probably going to be the Joel Embiid experience the remainder of his career. Embiid knocks down the first free throw. Ron said the Jazz are too good to tank. They're going to beat the Celtics. I mean, they have a win over the... Who'd they beat? They beat the Spurs? And then they beat Detroit. They beat Detroit, and then they beat the Spurs. That was how that went. So, yeah, we'll see. Are they just on a hot streak? Are teams not taking them seriously? I don't know what's going on, but seem like they're playing much better as of late. Morant coming to his right. They show two, behind the back, dancing with it against Grimes, driving it down in the lane, tries to kick it out to nobody, knocked out of his hands, and Bona picks it up, hit ahead to Maxey, easy layup for him in the fast break. It's back to a 2-point game, 68-70, and Philly's threatening to score 70 in the first half as well. Cedric Coward has it up top. Coward being guarded by Maxey, dribbling out the clock. They show two, they swing it out to Aldama. Back to Coward, jab step, coming to his right, in the lane, scoop layup, can't get it to go, but a foul on Paul George. They're going to give 2 free throws to Cedric Coward. 6 seconds to go. Jason said, we haven't seen this much hard work from Embiid in a minute. Very true. Very true. Haven't seen Embiid play this hard in a while. Ron said, yeah, Jazz beat the Spurs, Pistons, and Nuggets in 4 games. Well, the Nuggets one is a little bit more believable because of all the injuries that the Nuggets have been dealing with. Missing 3 starters for that game. Still a solid victory, but that one is much more believable than them knocking off the Spurs and then knocking off Detroit. Or knocking off Detroit, then knocking off the Spurs. But you get what I mean, knocking off those 2 teams. Okay, Hayes said, remember the Jazz were feeling really good about themselves before the Knicks beat them? Maybe they got their confidence back. Maybe. It's also really difficult to go play in Utah. They have a little bit of a homestand there these last couple of games. It's really difficult to play in Utah with the altitude. Everybody always talks about, and are going to go foul on the Grizzlies? Cedric Coward made the first free throw. Who got the technical foul? John Morant, because of course, who else? Who else picks up the technical fouls? Maxey makes his technical free throw. Coward will now shoot a second free throw here. Now Coward will shoot his second free throw. And he'll knock it down. 3-point game, 72-69. George gets it into Embiid, hands it off to Maxey. Maxey gets a runway, driving it down. Sidestep, deep, double clutch, heaves it up, and he got it to go. I was like, terrible shot from Maxey. Leaning in, just kind of heaved it there. Miranda half-court heave. Close, but he can't get it to go, and we're tied at 72. 24 first-half points for Tyrese Maxey. He's having himself a heck of a night. Ron said, Dimitri is out there calling people bums. Out there calling people bums when he might have to be looking in a mirror. 72-72 at halftime. Both teams ended up hitting 70. 70 by halftime. Yet again, another game where the scoring is just ridiculous. Scoring has been ridiculous these last couple of games. I just think we're hitting a point in the season where teams are like, no team is going 100% anymore, right? I think you saw teams going 100% previously where the NBA Cup was going on and games, even if it was fake meaning, games had meaning. There was a trophy at the end. There was a winner being crowned at the end. And so teams were taking those games a little bit more seriously. I think we're getting to a point in the regular season, especially now around the holidays, your post-Christmas, your post all of the other holiday celebrations. You are now going into the new year. You have the New Year celebrations coming up. I think a lot of teams are hitting a point where they're like, okay, we're going 70-80% tonight. And whatever happens, happens. May the best offense win tonight. You're getting a little bit of that. Not entirely, but you're getting a little bit of that, which is part of the reason you're seeing, I think, a lot of A lot of high halftime scores here. He said 70 spots like they're going out of style. Yeah. 72-72 at halftime here is crazy. I mean, neither of these teams are good defensive teams to begin with. So, not much to expect there. But, this is definitely like, hey, man, first team to 130? First team to 130. Let's do it. Let's go hoop. It's kind of that situation. Look at the box score real quick. The Celtics-Jazz game has just tipped off, so not much to look at, but we'll check the box score after we do this. AP said like yesterday. A little bit like yesterday. A little bit. I think teams are going like 70-80% right now. I think that's why you've seen the Jazz pick up a couple of victories because they got nothing to lose. So they're still playing hard. They're still trying to. Those young guys are still trying to find their way in the league. And you got the Pistons going up there on a West Coast trip in the altitude. Situations like that is not helping. Not helping teams like them. But we look at the box score for the 76ers here. Paul George with 10. 2 for 6 from 3. Again, playing your role, brother. Play your role. Love to see that. 6 of his 8 shot attempts have come from three-point range. You are a 3-and-D guy now, brother. That is what you do. Only 1 rebound, 2 assists is not great. 2 turnovers, not great. Barlow with 6 points from him in 16 minutes. 3 rebounds. He's kind of been invisible, but he's, filling in, doing his part. Not bad. Not bad. Joel Embiid with 19 first-half points. A little bit of a resurgent Joel Embiid as of late. I mean, throwing it off the backboard and trying to get a one-handed dunk is, signs enough that he's feeling much better with that leg, much more confident in that leg. I don't think that's a shot you attempt if you're not feeling confident in that leg. 19 first-half points is pretty damn good from him. 1 for 4 from 3, 6% from the foul line. The foul baiting has returned along with Joel Embiid's return, which is pretty disgusting to watch, but it is what it is. Tyrese Maxey with 24 points. He's missed 1 shot today, which was a 3-point shot. I believe at the end of the first quarter, he kind of heaved it up there, but 9 for 10 from the field is horrific defense from the Grizzlies. They are not forcing him into any tough shots whatsoever. Very much in rhythm all night long. He's 4 for 5 from 3, 9 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from the foul line. For 24 points. Even the heave that he threw up at the end of the second quarter there went in. So it's that kind of night for Tyrese Maxey. 5 points for VJ Edgecombe. He's been fine. He's nothing all that has stood out. He's got 2 steals. I thought he was just fine. Just fine. 5 points for him, 2 for 4 from the field. Knocked down to 3 earlier in the first quarter. So just a fine night for VJ Edgecombe so far. It's been the Maxey and Embiid show. So that's kind of where we stand. Quentin Grimes with 4 points off the bench, similar to VJ Edgecombe. It's been the Maxey and Embiid show, so he's taking a backseat to those guys and just y'all cook, y'all do your thing. It's your night, you do. I'll be over here. I'll be in the corner. I'll be open for the 3. You want to swing it over to me, It's been that kind of night for Quentin Grimes, McCain, and Edgecombe as the other guards who are just like, Justin Edwards and Adem Bona don't really get a ton of shot opportunities anyway, and they're just out there to hustle and play defense and whatnot, do the dirty work. Quentin Grimes, McCain, and Edgecombe, who have some offensive responsibility, they're like, hey, y'all got it. It's the Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid show. Y'all got it. You do your thing. I will be over here. Y'all need us? You let us know, but we'll be over here. It's that kind of night so far for Philly. Jazz in front of Boston so far. We'll check it out. Still early in the game. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 11. Cedric Coward with 17. John Morant with 10. 4 for 6 from the foul line, 3 for 5 from the field. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 turnovers. I don't even know what to say about this. This is your star. This is your star point guard, by the way. It's not just like any other star. It's like this is your star point guard on your team. He's giving you 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 3 turnovers. Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for that. Thank goodness they drafted Cedric Coward here. 17 points for him, 6 for 11 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3-point range, 4 for 4 from the foul line. He's got 9 rebounds, 2 assists, playing his butt off out there. He's got, 4 offensive rebounds? Like, he's battling down low, something that their starting power forward / center doesn't do. Jaren Jackson Jr., although I'll give him credit for the 5 rebounds. Cool, you got 5 rebounds. Nice, brother. Grab 2 more rebounds. Grab 3 more rebounds at least in the second half, and I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit for your rebounding tonight. That's all I'm going to say. I'll give you credit for that rebounding. Ron said 18-6, now 18-9. We'll check it out. That sounds fun and interesting. Christian Koloko in his 10 minutes didn't give them anything, didn't even grab a rebound. Got 1 assist technically, but Sure, it was off like a basic handoff action. Off the bench, Santi Aldama continues to be one of my favorite role players in the league. He's 3 for 4 from three-point range. He grabbed 5 rebounds. He does have a ton of turnovers. 3 turnovers for him off some really bad passes. I do think that it's a lot of miscommunication considering all of the injuries that they have. Just not playing their regular rotation of guys. G.G. Jackson, who was not a part of the rotation, is playing tonight. 2 for 4 from the field. 0 for 2 from three-point range. Cool. Jock Londale, 2 points for him. 0 for 3 from three-point range. He's jacking him up there. Can't buy a basket from the perimeter for Jock Londale. Cam Spencer got in the game. He knocked down a 3. He got to the foul line in his 10 minutes. He's been one of the more impactful bench guys along with him and Aldama. Javon Small got out there for 4 minutes, just trying to spare some extra minutes for their guys. Again, going deep into their bench here tonight. Javon Small knocked down a 3. Solid. In 4 minutes, he gave you 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Javon Small. He was active out there. He noticed him. He definitely noticed him, which is all you could really ask for when you start digging down to your 12th, 11th, for your 12th, 13th, 14th man off the bench. That's all you could ask for. Can I notice you out there? Like, are you impactful? Are you hustling? And Javon Small absolutely was. I'll give him credit for that. Y'all keep telling me about this Celtics game. Let's take a look at it. The only other game on right now, 24-16. It is in Utah, so the Jazz, man. The Jazz. They're moving and grooving right now. As a matter of fact, I can pull it up over here. We can keep an eye on it. You know, the other day, I was cleaning some things up on my end, and I was like, you know what? Something that I've been thinking about doing for a long time, and I just never really had the time to get around to do it. I got the time now, right? This is what I want to do. I went into my NBA League Pass account, because first of all, I was going through, I switched phones, so it was going through my old phone. I had to cancel it on that phone so I can get it on my new phone, and then set all that up. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is that, because I had to do that, I was like, this is a great time to, because I had to cancel the account, I might as well get a new League Pass account through YouTube TV, which I know that they offer, because I've seen it. And then it'll all kind of be in one spot. And I've heard the YouTube TV NBA League Pass kind of connection is a lot better than the regular League Pass website, like NBA.com. So I was like, cool, we'll do that. Awesome. Let's do it. I go to set it up and connect the 2 accounts, and it's no longer allowed because the new TV deals that the NBA signed for this season gave exclusive streaming rights to NBC and Peacock and Amazon. So technically, YouTube TV as a streaming platform can't have NBA League Pass anymore, which is just, oh my goodness. How much worse can this streaming stuff get? Man? 18-28 right now. Let me put it up real quick. 10:30 is obviously the game as Knicks fans. We're going to be keeping an eye on the most here. For now, let me make this full screen, and we'll just keep an eye on it as it goes on. AB said, courtesy of Adam Silver. Yeah. I mean, it's just anti-consumer. It's just not good. It's not good. All I'm trying to do is watch the product, and Adam Silver is making it as difficult as possible. And I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to pay for NBA League Pass. Just make it convenient for me. Just make it convenient. None of this is convenient. Figuring out which streaming platform I have to sign back into because I don't use them outside of watching the basketball games. I don't use Peacock. I've searched. I had to get Peacock to watch the NBA games because we cover them. So you know what? It's technically a business expense. Yeah, okay, you know what? Fine, no problem. I get it. I'm annoyed. It's not good for the consumers outside of somebody like me who's using it as a way of making content around it. So, but it's annoying for me, right? So anyway, I get Peacock. I've never used Peacock. I've never had an inclination to get the Peacock streaming platform. Anyway, now I have to get the Peacock streaming platform because some games are on NBC and Peacock, but then some games are just on Peacock. So you have to get the streaming service, even though I'm using YouTube TV to watch another streaming service to watch the NBC stream, to watch the NBC channel, to watch the national games. Anyway, we get Peacock. I get Peacock. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. Streaming platform. What do they got on this streaming platform? Any shows, any nostalgic shows I can go back and watch something old, right? They have nothing. They have nothing that I'm interested in. I don't know about you guys. Obviously, it's subjective. You guys may go through their catalog of shows that they have and movies that they have on the streaming platform and be like, you know what? I like this. They have nothing for me. I've been looking stuff up. I'm like, what about this show? What about that show? It don't even have to be a good show. I'm just talking about any nostalgic show that, like, I think they have The Office. I've never watched The Office. It's a good opportunity for me to watch The Office. But my goodness, do they not have anything? Anything. Ron said Peacock is an ad-watching service. Pretty much. Pretty much, man. My goodness, is it just bereft of any content? And the only reason I have to have it now is to watch NBA basketball games. Jason said, man, streaming sounded so good for a minute. I'll just take cable back nowadays. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I would take cable back if, if I could watch the games. The problem is that I can't watch the Peacock games because, like I said, tonight's game is on NBC and they're streaming it on Peacock. You can see it right here. They tell you right here, right? It's on NBC and they're streaming it on Peacock. Sometimes they make it a Peacock exclusive game. What is that? Put it on NBC too. So they force you to have to sign up for Peacock by making it exclusively to the streaming platform. Right? If I could just get cable, I would just get cable. But I can't. So it's actually not even valuable for me to have cable anymore. All I have are streaming services. I have the YouTube TV, which gives me access to live channels like NBC. I'm watching it on YouTube TV tonight. I could watch ESPN. I could watch other live channels, which is fine, but it's gotten ridiculous. It's gotten ridiculous. AB said, gone are the days where they used to come to Channel 4 and MSG Network. Yeah, I mean, I miss watching like the MSG channel itself on cable. Obviously, you guys know I use the Gotham Sports app to watch the MSG channel, another streaming platform. But the stream quality of it is terrible. Like, I think, I don't even know if they do 1080p streams. They might only do 720. I'm going to assume they do 1080p because that's even below standard at this point. AB said I use Gotham, and it sucks. Doesn't it, AP? It sucks. Gotham sucks. It is a terrible platform to use. It is a terrible platform to use. It sucks to navigate. The stream it's extremely delayed. Every time I open up the app, it asks me to re-sign in. I'm like, brother, I'm opening this app up every other day to watch Knicks games. Why are you not just keeping me logged in? Why do I have to enter my password all the time? Keep me logged in. It's not like I'm opening it up on multiple devices all the time. It's just on my computer. That's it. Boompe said, I also miss sculpting antenna rabbit ears for reception. AB said, I wish it would have save points. And yes, I don't like that you have to log in every time. It's just weird. Because every now and again, I don't have to log in. But for the most part, I have to log in every time, which is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And it's also, I've tried using it like on my computer or on like a different TV or something, and then it doesn't work. It just doesn't. There was a situation earlier this year where a family member was using the account, and they've used the account before, no issues. And just this one day, they were messaging me, and they were like, hey, I can't watch the game. Like, I'm just locked out. Like, I know the password. I know the email that you send me. I put it in the same way 10 times. I put it in different ways 100 times. It's just not working. It's not working. And so sometimes it just also refuses to not work. He said, I like that you get both Knicks and Nets games. That's a good part about it. Fair, but I also hate that is like over $300 a year, though, right? I hate that. I hate that. 31-27 now. We're getting ready for the second half. I used up all my time ranting, but it's not like we had much to cover anyway here in the halftime. Here we go. AB said that is expensive. I mean, it's all expensive at this point. Everything is obviously getting more pricey, but like all the streaming platforms, like every year and a half, 2 years, they're like, oh yeah, we have to increase our pricing. Like, thanks for that. I remember I had Hulu when it was just Hulu, and then Embiid pump fakes from three, sidestep, puts up the straightaway three. Can't get it to go. I remember I had Hulu when it was just regular Hulu, and you would sign up for Hulu, and that was it. And then suddenly they were like, oh yeah, now there's Hulu Premium, and you have the lesser version. So now you have ads. And I'm like, so I'm paying the same, but I have ads. And if I don't want to have ads anymore, which I didn't have ads previously, but if I don't want to have ads anymore, I have to pay you more money? What kind of nonsense is that? I'm already paying you. Now I have to pay you more money to not receive the ads that you said I wouldn't have? Anyway. Back to the basketball game. Maxey had to fire it with the shot clock expiring. He misses it. He misses his first shot of the half. It's 74-72. And then John Morant gets fouled up top by Barlow. All right, now we're into it. Let's get into basketball. No, enough ranting. Avy said I don't like ads. I'm fine with ads. But to pay you extra to not have ads is where I draw the line. If you're going to give me ads, make the ad tier very cheap. Give me the ad tier very cheap. Why am I paying like $13, $14 a month to have ads? Oh my goodness, Cedric Coward. He's having himself a heck of a night. Coming flying in, jumping over the back, and getting the putback dunk. And a moving screen on Philly on Paul George there. All going back to the Grizzlies. Who did he dunk on? He dunked on, of course, on Joel Embiid. Cedric Coward climbing the back of Joel Embiid to dunk it over him. They get over to Jackson Jr., driving it down, has it in the post against Barlow, lobs it over the top to Koloko in the paint, pump fakes, spins, flips it up off glass, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, Embiid knocks it over to George. Here we go. Edgecombe, up top to Paul George, dancing with it against Coward. They swing it over to Embiid. Embiid hands it off to George. George coming to his left. Pull up mid-range shot. Comes up short. Long rebound. Koloko chases it down. Leaves it off for Coward. He's just going to put his head down, attack the basket, and gets fouled by Joel Embiid. It's going to send Coward to the foul line for 2 free throws. Avy said, I do love Tubi. Tubi's crazy. Avy said, you shouldn't have to do it. If you have ads, it should be free. Fair. Also, but look, if you made it extremely cheap, if you were like, look, man, give us $2-3 a month, and you get the cheapest here, like, fine, I'll live with that. That is pushing it, like you said, AP. It should be free if you're giving us ads, but fine, right? Like, you still have to pay for cable, and cable has ads, but the ads it's different. The ads are going to the individual companies who are showing the thing, right? There are TV channels who don't have ads because you're already paying for cable. Cable doesn't inherently have ads, right? The cable companies don't have ads that they are putting on your service. It's the individual channels that have ads. So I get the difference. I do get the difference. Coward knocks down both free throws. Here comes Philly. But my goodness, it's just gotten ridiculous. We can all agree. It's gotten ridiculous. Edgecombe gets it over to Maxey. Maxey on the right wing. They lob it down to Embiid, high post, being guarded by Koloko, spins along the baseline, bullet pass to Barlow. Barlow with the two-handed slam. Terrible double team for the Grizzlies. Great cut from Barlow and a nice pass from Embiid. Ronald said, even making you sign in with no fee, they're still selling your data. Yep. I mean, they're making money on us all around. John Morant gets into the lane, knocks down a layup, and then Edgecombe to the rim gets blocked by Jackson Jr. out of bounds. 80-74 with 9:15 to go. Edgecombe having a little bit of a rough night. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Can't believe Maxey is leading Jalen in All-Star voting. He's fun. Extremely entertaining player to watch. Kids love Maxey. You get it into Paul George. Paul George gets it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe being guarded by Morant. They get it over to Maxey being guarded by Wells. Back to Embiid, back to Maxey, off the handoff, back up top to Embiid, hesitates from three, driving it down, draws the foul on Koloko. Foul on the floor. Unless they give him free throws here, you stand at the foul line. Prime, what's up, Prime? Edgecombe needs to score. I mean, it's a 6-point game without him scoring. It's been the Maxey and Embiid show, but they're going to need the other guys to step up for sure. You're right. Maybe said the coach is here. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Prime said, I hit 2 parlays last night, one for 197, the other for 235. Shout out to you, Prime. Shout out to you. Way to make that money, brother. Way to make that money. They are going to give him 2 free throws, and Embiid knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Embiid knocked down the first one. Knocks down the second one. And John Morant throws half-court lob up to Cedric Coward, who lays it up and in. Cedric Coward having himself a heck of a night. I believe he's already over 20. Maxey has it up top, dancing with it around the Embiid screen. They swing it out to Edgecombe. Edgecombe a left wing 3 over Morant. Too strong, can't get it to go. Koloko with the rebound. Here comes John Morant, pushing it the other way. Morant has it up top, being guarded by Barlow. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his right. Down the lane. Mid-range pull-up jumper for John Morant. Got it to go. Grizzlies threatening to pull away a little bit here. Back up to 8. Their largest lead of the game was 10, but not for long. Maxey on the left wing, being guarded by Morant. Coming to his right up the Embiid screen. Pocket pass to Embiid. Down the lane. A lot of contact. Draws the foul and gets the layup to go. He's going to the foul line for one more. Yet again, Joel Embiid finding himself to the foul line constantly. I have the other game on here. I have Utah-Boston on over here. So if this gets any interesting, I'll let you know. But Boston has clawed all the way back. It's to a 4-point game. It's 38-34. Maybe said we need Rokas. I mean, with Mike Brown here, he'd get an opportunity. Everyone's getting an opportunity, unless your name is Dadier. But at this point, it's just Dadier just hasn't impressed enough. Because everybody's got an opportunity. And maybe Dadier's opportunity is still coming, but everyone's got an opportunity. And I think it's notable that he has not. Embiid knocks down his and one free throw. A 5-point game, 84-79. John Morant has it up top, directing traffic. Calling out a play. Looks like Philly's in a zone here. A 1-2-2 zone. 3-2 zone, maybe. They swing it out. Coward to right wing 3. That's one way to break the zone. Knock down them threes. Like Tyler Kolek said. You knock down some threes, you break the zone, and then it's barbecue chicken from there. That is a real quote from Tyler Kolek. DJ Edgecombe down the lane. Pump fakes. Gets the layup to go. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it, but he still got the layup. John Morant up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. Crosses over to his right. They show 2. Lobs it over the top to Koloko. Koloko kicks it in the corner. Jalen Wells, a left corner 3. Got it to go for Jalen Wells. Back to a 9-point lead for the Grizzlies here. They swing it out to Embiid. Embiid fakes the handoff. Hits Maxey coming back door. Fall away mid-range jumper. Got it to go over Koloko. Maxey's been so smooth tonight. He is up to 26 points now. His first basket of the second half here. Morant crosses over to his right, rejecting the screen. Cross-court pass to Jalen Wells. A no-dip 3. In and out, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Barlow picks it up, and then they call a foul on Cedric Coward. Little touch foul there. Don't love that call. Don't love that call. Celtics pull within 1. Start of the second quarter here, 38-37. Lauri Markkanen can't knock down the 3. Loose ball, though. Battling for it. Filipowski digs it out. Collier, right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Derek White with the rebound. All right, here we go. Maxey on the left wing, being guarded by Wells. Dancing with it. Get it to Embiid in the high post, being guarded by Jock Landale. Directing traffic, hits Barlow. Cutting down the middle of the lane, he gets the easy layup. Bad defense from Aldama. If you're going to bring a double team, don't leave the middle of the lane wide open for a guy to flash to it. Cam Spencer is in. He's coming to his right up the Landale screen. They get it over to Aldama. Aldama coming to his right. They kick it back up top to Spencer. Spencer being guarded by Paul George. Coming to his left off the Landale rescreen. Driving it down to his left. Throws up a foul line floater off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Good box down rebound from Maxey over Landale. Maxey's bringing it down the other way. Has it on the right wing. Dancing with it. A step back. Kicks it over to Embiid. Embiid hits Maxey coming back door. Loose ball. Flips it up on the rim. Can't get it to go. Barlow touches it. And they don't wave it off. They give Barlow the tip in. It definitely looked like it was hanging on the rim. But they give him the tip in for Dominic Barlow. Cam Spencer draws a foul. Throws it up at the rim. They're going to call a foul at the floor. 6 minutes to go. We're at the halfway point here in the third quarter. Bad refereeing so far tonight. Pretty bad refereeing. A lot of really soft touch fouls that are given given both sides, but mostly the 76ers with Embiid's flopping, and a full timeout from the Grizzlies here. And then they just allow that very clear goaltend to happen in front of 6 eyeballs. 3 referees out there, not a single one called it. Embiid with 24, Maxey with 26, Barlow, their third leading scorer, with 12. Wells with 10, Aldama with 11. They did pull Cedric Coward finally off the court. He's got 26. He's gone toe-to-toe with Tyrese Maxey tonight. He's gone toe-to-toe with him. I mean, Maxey, you can see here, is 10 for 13, and Coward is 9 for 14. So they're going toe-to-toe so far tonight. My goodness. 26 for both of them. Coward also with 11 rebounds. He's already got a double-double. He's hooping. He's for sure hooping out there. Keenahar, what's up, Keenahar? Cedric freaking Coward. The thing with Cedric Coward is I understand that he's good, and I've seen the highlights, and I've seen people talking about him and describing his game. I haven't seen Cedric Coward play a good basketball game so far this year. Like, personally, I haven't seen it. I haven't been tuned into the Grizzlies because they're the Memphis Grizzlies. They've been a bit of a disaster this year. They've been a roller coaster. I haven't been tuned into the Grizzlies enough to watch Cedric Coward play an actual good game. The only game that we saw where Cedric Coward played halfway decent, I guess, was that game against the Knicks in which he was okay. Nothing special, though, even though I know he's special. Tonight, national TV game against Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers going crazy. Maxey 10 for 13 from the field for 26 points. Cedric Coward going toe-to-toe with him. I mean, this is a dude who is in the running for one of the first 2 All-NBA teams. He's a mainstay in the All-Star game at this point in his career. Cedric Coward is going toe-to-toe with him tonight on national TV. Heck of a night. Heck of a performance for Cedric Coward. And the Celtics take the lead here. No, you want to see. Obviously, we're rooting for Celtics losses. Up there in Utah can be difficult. I'm going to pull that game back up, and we'll keep an eye on it. Their first lead of the night. Keontae George with 15 already? He's hooping. He is hooping. Obviously, the game we're eyeing and keeping an eye on that we can't wait for. Pistons-Lakers. We won't be doing the game tonight. It's a little too late. Got to wake up early tomorrow. But Pistons-Lakers, it would be nice if the Celtics could lose and the Pistons could lose, right? We're rooting for the Jazz. We're rooting for the Lakers. AB said, yeah, we need Boston to lose. I mean, they don't need it. It would be nice, but they don't need it, per se. All right, here we go. Aldama down the lane, lefty layup, got it to go. Slicing through the middle of the lane. Dembona hit the floor hard. Comes up holding his right arm. That's 2 points for the Grizzlies. 5-point lead. 5:40 to go. Edgecombe gets it over to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Grimes. Grimes up top being guarded by Aldama. Dancing with it. Pull-up 3 for Grimes. Can't get that one to go. Barlow, the offensive rebound. Dembona, the offensive rebound. Hands it off to Paul George. And then Paul George makes him pay on the relocation 3 for him. It's a 2-point game yet again. Every time the Grizzlies threaten to go up by double digits or threaten to blow this game open a little bit, Philly comes crawling right back in. Get it over to Lawndale. Lawndale has it up top being guarded by Bona. They get it back to Aldama. Tried to hit the cross-court pass. His 4th turnover. Bad turnover game for Aldama. They hit Edgecombe cutting down the middle of the lane on the fast break there off the turnover. It gets an easy 2-handed slam as the Grizzlies don't hustle back fast enough. Cam Spencer has it up top to get it over to Aldama. We're tied at 92 here with under 5 to go. Spencer dancing with it against Paul George, coming to his right, the Lawndale screen. And a moving screen on Lawndale. Good job from Paul George, playing up close and forcing the ref's hand on that foul call there. AB said, I want to finish first place. Knicks haven't finished first since 1993. Yeah, me too, brother. Me too. Well, I'm not worried about the Celtics because Knicks are only looking in front of them, and that's the Detroit Pistons. That's who we need to lose. I'm not worried about the Pistons catching up to the Knicks. Not worried about it at one bit. They get over to Paul George, a straightaway three. Kareem's off the side of the rim. Aldama with the rebound. They get over to Cam Spencer. Cam Spencer bringing it down the other way. Spencer dancing with it, coming to right at the Lawndale screen. They swing it out. Jab step. Javon Small gets over to Lawndale, flips it up with the right hand. Got it to go. Grizzlies retake a 2-point lead here. Maxey down the lane. Euro step, flips it up with the right hand. Got it to go. Nice little push floater there. Javon Small tries to hit the cross-court pass to Aldama. Quentin Grimes saw it coming all the way. Steals it, goes the other way, and gets the easy layup on a fast break. And a full timeout from the Grizzlies. 76ers take a 2-point lead now. And Boston's on a 15-2 run as they go up by 6 against Utah here. Got to get Keontae George back in the game. Just under 4 minutes to go. Abe said, excuse the typos. I always do, brother. I always do. I know what it's like. Either you type it on the phone or the computer or whatever you're watching on. And, you know, do it all the time. Abe said, listen to these Sixers guys. They still think they're better than us. You know, brother, we're not worried about little brother down there in Philadelphia. Not one bit. Not one bit. Boston goes up by 9. Come on, Utah. Come on, Utah. Can't have no Keontae George, no Lauri Markkanen, but then again, Utah not really looking to win basketball games. Although the rookie, Walter Clayton, gets a nice layup. AP's on the phone. Yeah, I mean, when I look at my demographics, they tell you, like, all kinds of information like that. I think 64% of people watch me on the phone, which makes sense. You have the game up on the TV, maybe me on the phone, something like that, some situation like that. Ron said, it's okay, AP, as sports fans, most of us are barely literate. Barely literate is crazy. Keno said, Keontae is the good George. The other guy is just a podcaster. Does he still do the podcast? I know he, like, put a stop on it last year because of how poor he was playing, and then people were making all the jokes, and he was like, all right, yeah, podcast Pete thing is over. Is he still, when was the last time Paul George uploaded a podcast? I'm going to look it up. I'm going to go to his YouTube. I'm going to go to Podcast P with Paul George. Terrible name. 5 months ago? Hold on. 2 months ago. I mean, these are videos. When was the last time you did a podcast? I have to go here? Pause this. All right, there we go. This was the last one he did. 5 months ago was the last time he did a podcast, right? He did one with Harnstein. Never knew. Never knew. Nor do I care. Yeah, 5 months ago was when he last did a podcast. So before the season started, and he's not doing podcasts during the season, which is smart. Shouldn't be doing podcasts during the season. Jason said, my man podcast, P. He's trying to get back to basketball, P. What was he? What did he call himself? Playoff P? Yeah. Utah's hyped about something. What's the play here? Cross-court pass, Walter Clayton. Did he dunk on Derek White? Oh, my goodness. Walter Clayton Jr. caught a body on Derek White. Put him on a poster. Love to see it. Love to see it. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? VJ, one more three-pointer from VJ. Enar said, who is Garza for Boston? You don't know Garza? Iowa legend? Highly scoring player in college basketball this season, his senior season. Phenomenal college basketball player. Has not panned down the NBA, I'd say that. But, yeah, he's playing for Boston right now, Luka Garza. Not bad. Not a bad basketball player. He's just not really an NBA player. Not an NBA rotation player. He's hanging around the league, though. Aldama fires up a three off the timeout. Can't get it to go. 3:38 to go. Here we go. I said Clayton was in the Final Four, right? They won, right? He was on Florida. Florida won, right? Isn't that how that went? Florida winning last year. Maxey bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by, who is this? GG Jackson. They get it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe on the right wing, being guarded by Small. Get over to Bona. Back to Maxey. Maxey coming to his right of the Bona screen. Lobs it over the top of Bona. Bona down low past the Barlow. Barlow pulls it out. Coming to his right. Half spin against Cam Spencer. He's got the size and strength advantage. Leans in. Gets blocked by Lawndale. And then off of him. Ball going back to the Grizzlies. AB said the best Jalen Brunson show was the James Dolan show. I only watched the clips from that one. Prime said Lawndale had 2 assists in the first quarter. He better get 2. He better get 2 more in this ring game. We'll see, brother. Ben Lawndale assist is crazy. They get over to Cam Spencer. Cam Spencer coming off the Lawndale screen, driving to his left. Scoop play with the left hand. Got it to go. Cam Spencer making things happen, man. Making things happen. We're back tied at 96, under 3. Under 3. I said, nah, Garza ain't it. I like Jordan Walsh. I like Jordan Walsh, too. VJ Edgecombe all the way to the rim. Can't get the lefty layup to go. Cam Spencer hit ahead to Javon Small. Blows past the defense to get the layup to go. And the Grizzlies, the young Grizzlies, the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th men off the bench, giving it to the 76ers right now. Quentin Grimes crossover, step back to his left, puts up the jumper. Got it to go out of the mid-range. Nice move from Quentin Grimes. Now we're just going back and forth. Tied at 98. Javon Small up top, leaves it off for Cam Spencer coming to his left off the screen. Cross-court pass to GG Jackson. Swing through along the baseline, and they hit GG Jackson with a travel. AB said it was a great show. You really get to understand JD. I always tend to think that he's been a little bit miscast just because he's had a really rough tenure when he first took over the Knicks. I mean, it was like a 10 to 15-year rough tenure, but you know what I mean. He's been very quiet ever since. And I love how much he goes at the NBA, because I do think the NBA has been very ridiculous since Adam Silver has taken over. VJ Edgecombe driving to his left, pulls it back out, being guarded by Aldama. Edgecombe dancing with it, coming to his right. Kicks in the corner to Barlow. Barlow pulls it back out, steps back for a mid-range jumper. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Javon Small with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. We're under 2 to go now here in this third quarter. Small dancing with it, crosses over to his left, mid-range, over to Lawndale, stops, post up, spin, kicks it out. Cam Spencer. Straight away, being guarded by Maxey. Coming to his left off the screen. Gets caught in the air. Leaves it off for Lawndale. Throws it up with the right hand. Gets blocked. Lawndale picks it back up and flips it up and in. I think Cam Spencer was fully expecting a foul call, a travel call on him, but they didn't give it to him. And Lawndale able to get the layup to go. AB said James Dolan's singing voice is nothing like how he speaks. I do know that. I do know that. R said, Dolan wants to understand he's a total loser who would be nothing if he didn't inherit everything from his monopolist billionaire dad. Please. I didn't say I liked him, brother. Chill. Luka Garza picked up the technical, yelling at the ref, thinking that the first shot he took that was blocked by Bona was a goaltend. They didn't give it to him. He did get the layup anyway, but he gives Philly a free point, so now it's 100-99. Maxey has it up top, being guarded by Javon Small. Coming to his right up the Embiid screen, pocket pass to Embiid, driving it down, kicks it out. A 3 by Grimes, comes up short. Jackson Jr. yet another rebound. Is that 6? He's got to get 2 more. We got a minute to go in this third quarter to get it over to Aldama. Aldama almost turns it over again, but the ball flies right back to him. They get to Aldama up top, attacking to his right, down the lane, leans in, puts up the one-legged shot over Maxey. Good defense from Maxey. Here comes Grimes bringing it down the other way. Grimes has it up top, being guarded by Small. They get over to Embiid. Embiid driving it down. They kick it out to Maxey. Maxey attacking the closeout. Along the baseline, reverse layup, leaves it off for Embiid, goes up, gets blocked by Aldama, picks it back up, goes up, misses the layup yet again. Battle for the loose ball. Embiid digging it out, has it in the post. And now being guarded by Jackson Jr. Spins, goes up, pump fake, goes up with the right hand, gets blocked again, tip, finally gets it to go down for Joel Embiid. Now that was vintage Joel Embiid right there. 101-100. Andre Drummond not a part of the rotation anymore? Crazy. Crazy. So he just had to go and hit 4 threes against the Knicks to beat them. Cam Spencer tried to hit the cross-court pass, got knocked out of bounds by Maxey. Jason said 6. I'm still waiting on 10. I have faith. Yeah, I'm waiting on 8. All I asked for was 8 tonight. More than 7. All I asked for was 8. The Grizzlies turn it over yet again, and Maxey will bring it down. 7 seconds to go. Maxey coming to his left, leans in, throws up the floater, comes up short, gets his own rebound and put back, and he got it to go down. My goodness. Small bringing it down the other way. Lefty layup, doesn't get it off in time, missed it anyway. I think Bona had to chase down block, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. And it is 103 to 100. 3-point lead by Philly. Boston leading by 2, by the way. 55 to 53 there. They got 3 minutes to go in that first half. AP said, I have a bad feeling Philly is going to win this game. I don't know why. I just can't stand them. Yeah, I mean, Memphis is a bit of a mess. They don't really have a closer. It's going to have to come from the rookie, Cedric Coward, because John Morant has been terrible. And Jackson Jr., I don't have a ton of faith in as a closer, especially as a shot creator. What I am interested in now is looking at what does John Morant have, because he's not really doing much out there. He's got 16 and 2 with 3 turnovers. A little bit more than what I thought he was doing tonight, so shout out to that. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Yeah, I think Philly probably has the edge today, especially with the way Embiid and Maxey have both been playing. Like, those are 2 guys who can absolutely close out a game for you. While on the Memphis side, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at Cedric Coward to make something happen. I mean, John Morant can be clutch. He's had clutch moments in his career, but the season that he's having and the game that he's having, I'm just not all that confident in it. Keontae George is back in the game for Utah. Coming to his left in the lane, throws up the floater, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. They can't keep Keontae George out of the lane. Greg Prime, what's up, Greg Prime? Go Jazz. Rooting for the Jazz, brother. We're rooting for the Jazz tonight. We're rooting for the Jazz and for the Lakers. We can get the Lakers to win and the Jazz to win. Very fruitful night for the Knicks. Knicks are officially 1 game back of the Detroit Pistons. They are 1 back in the loss column. This is really the column I pay most attention to. This column right here, the loss column. Knicks are 1 back in the loss column. Listen, all I want is to enter 2026 under 10 losses. Obviously, that is a huge task to ask, because tomorrow we play the San Antonio Spurs without Josh Hart, without Landry Shamet, and most importantly, probably without Mitchell Robinson. So, right, they're already going to that game where it's a tough game, and San Antonio, even fully healthy, San Antonio was going to be looking to get some revenge after getting punked a little bit for the Cup game. So the Knicks, they're going to have a phenomenal performance. They're in San Antonio, so it's a tough outing. It's going to be a tough outing. I'm not entirely sure they'll be able to pull that one out. They are on a little mini 3-game winning streak. Detroit's lost 2. Detroit's lost 2 in a row. So if they can go on a 3-game losing streak tonight to end their West Coast trip, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. Abe said, I don't like the Mitchell Robinson move. If he's not hurt, he should play. I hate giving away games. He is one of the few players in the league where it's like injury management is more important than him playing every game that he is technically available for. I trust the medical professionals, the trainers to say that, hey, man, he's playing a lot of games. If we want him fully healthy, let's not put stress on the foot. He's a 7-footer who's had foot and ankle issues. Not put stress on it. Not put stress on it. Not. You are not even going to remember this game in 2 months. In a month, even. You're not even going to remember that on New Year's Eve, they played without Mitchell Robinson against the Spurs. Quentin Grimes knocks down to 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here we go. John Morant is back in. They swing it out to Jackson Jr. being guarded by Embiid. Throws up the lefty floater. Can't get it to go. Bona with the rebound. Bona having a huge impact. End of the third quarter there. Now start of the fourth. He's been very active. They're going to the double big lineup, something you normally don't see Philly go to. But with Embiid being more of a perimeter big man at this point, as he knocks down yet another three. And it is a 109 to 102. Morant down the lane draws a foul on McCain. So Morant will go to the foul line for 2 free throws as he missed a floater. Rocky Top, what's up, Rocky Top? Jason said, I need Mitch in the playoffs, not in December. In a game we probably have little chance to win. Yeah. I agree. Like I said, in January 24th, we are not even going to remember this game against San Antonio. You know what I mean? Like, it's a long season. It's a long season is my point. And I'd rather have Mitchell Robinson healthy for the playoff run. We're under 11 to go. John Morant knocked down both free throws yet again. It's back to a 4-point game here. They say the Embiid 3 was a long 2. They take a point away. It's 108 to 104. You get it to Embiid in the high post, being guarded by Koloko. Jab step, fall away midi. Can't get it to go. Jackson Jr. get another rebound. That's 6. Or is that 7? We'll check in a second here. John Morant dancing with it against Grimes, driving to his left, in the lane, scoop lay with the left hand, got it to go. John Morant digging into his bag, trying to remind people I'm also a star. Jackson Jr. has 7 rebounds. He needs 1 more from me. 1 more from me, he'll exceed my expectations. Grimes coming to his left, pocket pass to Embiid, to the foul line, pump fake, leans in, draws the foul, he's going to the foul line for 2. Jason, that's 7, brother. He needs 1 more from me. I know he needs 3 more for you. He needs 1 more from me, and he'll surpass my expectations. Right? I was lambasting him in the pregame about his terrible rebounding numbers. He's got 7 tonight. Just solid. Avey said, oh, man, Memphis is going to win this. Now I can't make fun of the Sixers. Greg Prime said, Hunk Nation over here. Appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate you. Ron said, Clippers are 10-point favorites. What world is this? Aren't they winners of their last 4? Haven't they won 4 in a row? And Kawhi's coming off a 55-point game. Who are they playing? They're playing somebody bad. The Kings. They're playing the Kings. That explains it. Kings are just as bad, if not worse. John Morant has it up top, and Embiid knocked down both free throws. They swing it out to Coward. Coward down the lane. Cross-court pass to Jackson Jr. Now over to Koloko in the paint. He throws up the righty floater. Can't get it to go over Embiid. Bona, yet again, comes flying in for the rebound. And here comes McCain. Get over to Embiid. He's driving it down against Koloko. Pulls it out. Hands it off to McCain. Coming to his right. Pump fakes from 3. They get it back to Embiid. Embiid sets his feet and fires from 3. Can't get that one to go. A long rebound. Edgecombe able to pull it out. They get it over to Bona. Bona kicks it out to Edgecombe. They're waving everybody away. They want to get it to Embiid. High post being guarded by Koloko. Backing him down. They lob it inside. Terrible pass from Embiid. Everybody saw it coming, but Jackson Jr. can't hold on to it as John Morant knocked it loose. Jackson Jr. had it in his hands, slips right out, slides under his feet, and it goes out of bounds. Ball will remain with the 76ers. Wilson said, I think Clippers won 5 in a row, including the last victory they had against the Pistons. Embiid and Trae Young need to just play each other. Imagine both of those guys on the same team. They get into the Grimes in the corner, 3. Can't get it to go with the shot clock winding down. Had to chuck one up there. Can't get it to go. Just a little over 9 to go here. Morant has it up top being guarded by McCain. Calling for the screen with Koloko. Coming to his left off the screen. Morant's got space. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Morant got it to go. John Morant trying to crawl his team back into it. And hold on, y'all must have forgot. At one point, I was the rising star, possible face of the league. How far he has fallen, but he could still maybe dig back into his bag, pull this game out for the Grizzlies here. Edgecombe swings it up top to Embiid. Embiid, a bad pass over to Grimes. Off the mark. It's another turnover for Embiid. Prime said, funniest game I've seen was when the other team was chasing down Mitchell Robinson to foul him in order to force him to shoot foul shots. That was an epic strategy. It's always funny to see that. Big men running away so that they don't get hit with the hack a foul strategy. John Morant on another screen, driving it down, pulls it out. Bonus switches onto him. John Morant gets it over to Aldama back to Morant. Morant's going to look to dance against Bona. Bona, not a half-bad defender as a big. Morant driving to his left, draws the foul, gets the lefty scoop blade to go anyway. John Morant's digging back into his bag. He's pulling out the Superman cape. Hasn't done that a lot this year, but he's pulling it out right now. This is what makes his game so frustrating. This is what made his season so frustrating. Could still be a star. Excellent finish from Morant. Going to the foul line for one more. Give the Grizzlies the lead. The Boston-Utah game is at halftime, by the way. I don't know what the halftime score is, but I'm sure it's close. Hey, Hazy said, Ja wants to come back. If he could just focus on basketball, man. That's the Ja Morant I think we all want to see. If he could just focus on basketball. This is what you get. It looks phenomenal so far to start the fourth. Edgecombe bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by G.G. Jackson. Coming to his left off a double screen. Edgecombe driving it down, loses the handle out of bounds. It's going to stay with Philly. Boston is losing AP. Cool. Cool. We love to see that. We love to see that. They get it into McCain. McCain up top to Grimes. Grimes gets it over to Paul George. Dancing with it behind the back. They swing it out. Edgecombe right corner three. Can't get that one to go. Long rebound. Chasing it down. Grimes able to pick it up. Knocked out of his hands. Edgecombe saves it over to Paul George. 10 on the shot clock. Paul George 1-on-1 against Aldama. Behind the back. Giving him the move. Step back. Fall away two. Way off on that one. Tossed up a brick. Who grabs that rebound? Nobody but Cedric Coward. John Morant the other way. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Ton of contact. No foul call. Wow. Hit ahead to Edgecombe attacking against Cedric Coward. Got it to go for Edgecombe. Great verticality from Cedric Coward. Edgecombe got it to go. And John Morant got a big smile on his face. All right, Ja, what you got for us? What you got for us? Giving you a lot of contact at the rim. All right, what you got for us, Ja? Coward driving it down, putting his head down attacking, and just mishandles it and dribbles it out of bounds. All going back to the 76ers. Showing the John Morant replay here. There's a lot of contact with Paul George, but the other two guys didn't make a ton of contact with him. AB said, what's the clock? Like in this game? We got 7:20 to go, 7:22 exactly. We got a full timeout from the 76ers. In the Boston game, they're at halftime. It's 64-59 in that game. In our game tonight, it's 112-111, full timeout from the 76ers with 7:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Maxey with 31. Coward still stuck on 26. He's back in for the fourth quarter, though. But it's been the John Morant show here in the fourth quarter. Trying to remind us, hey, man, I'm a star. I'm a star. I was at one point in the running for possibly being the next face of the league. He's up to 27. He's 10 for 13 from the field. He's scored already 11 points in this quarter. He had 16 at the end of three. Got 27 now. Already scored 11 here. 2 boards, 2 assists. The assist thing is just mind-boggling to me. How do you only have 2 assists? The dude who used to religiously average like 7, 8 assists. Averaging like 6 now. I know all of the counting stats are down for John Morant, but I don't understand that. Even on a night like tonight where he's starting to play much better. Don't understand the 2 assists from John Morant. Where is this ball movement coming from? Is it just the fact that we're not playing a ton out of ball screens anymore for John Morant? I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it that simple? Funpei said, I appreciate your ad-free, no-nonsense basketball commentary. I mean, I do have ads on for YouTube, unfortunately. If you don't want any ads, you can become a member, which is very cheap. There might be ads. Like if I secure a sponsorship, I will shoot an ad, and then I will cut to an ad. I will do that. Because we do need money here on the channel. As a community, we need money. The things I want to be able to do with you guys, the things I want to be able to accomplish with this channel, with this community, it needs money. It needs funding from somewhere. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 11 and 7. Jason said, "Get your paper, my guy." We ain't mad at it. I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying. It's really not for me per se right now. Like I said, the channel makes like pennies essentially. Like every month, I get a check for like a couple hundred, which doesn't really get you much. I mean, it's nice, but then again, all the money goes right back into the channel. Every single penny that this channel makes goes into a bank account, and then that bank account is only used for getting things for this channel. So the mic setup, the computer parts, the TV, the monitor, the streaming platforms all come out of that bank account specifically. Edgecombe loses the handle, gets it back to Bona. Bona in the paint, takes it back over to Edgecombe. Shot clock winding down, driving to his right, pulls it back. Great move. Can't get the finish though. Long rebound. Coward able to pull it out, and here comes Coward, bringing it down the other way. We're under 7 to go. Coward going all the way with a big one-handed jam on the fast break. It wasn't even a fast break. It was more like a transition sequence, but Philly did a poor job of getting back. McCain gets it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe up top. Gets it over to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to, Maxey driving it down on G.G. Jackson. Drops it down low to Bona, who gets fouled by Jock Lawndale. So it's going to send Bona to the foul line for 2 free throws. AP is my third season here. Always love having AP in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Reminding people with the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. Like this stream. I'd very much appreciate it. Very, very much appreciate it. We're trying to cover as much basketball as possible. So even on a night like tonight, like this isn't the greatest game. This isn't the greatest matchup. This is 2 teams in the middle. There's 2 teams hovering around 500. And a good game so far, though. Bona knocks down both free throws. Bona's having a heck of a night himself. Morant has it up top. They show double team. Inside pass to Wells. Goes up. Gets blocked by Edgecombe. Clean block. He's coming down the other way. Edgecombe kicks it out. Grimes. Extra pass to Paul George. He puts up the 3. No hesitation. Throws up yet another brick. Out of bounds off of a Bona. Ball going back to the Grizzlies. Daniel Tosin found your channel last year, and I appreciate for it, Daniel Tosin. Appreciate you for it. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 114-113. Grizzlies have the ball up top. Philly with a 1-point lead. Maxey jumped the passing lane when the Grizzlies was just trying to swing it around. Knocks the ball out of the air, and it's off of Jalen Wells, so the ball back to Philly. Terrible possession from them. But now we're under 6 minutes to go here. Edgecombe up top being guarded by Spencer, coming to his left, pulls it out. Edgecombe now coming to his right, hands it off to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Spencer. Get it over to Edgecombe and a kickball violation on Wells. Jason said Coward playing out of his mind. He's playing phenomenal so far. He has been phenomenal. John Morant now out of the game. Okay. Better be like a minute or two. We have 5:50 to go and you're down by 1. They hit Paul George. Nice pass from Quentin Grimes, and Paul George with the easy layup cutting back door like that. Cam Spencer bringing it down, coming to his left off the Lawndale screen. Spencer gets it over to Aldama, now over to Wells. Wells coming to his left along the baseline. He's got a lane. They can swing it out to Lawndale. Extra pass. Jaren Jackson Jr. right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Long rebound over the outstretched arms of Aldama, right into the hands of Grimes. Grimes up top to Maxey, being guarded by Aldama. Uh-oh. Maxey's going to look to cook. Maxey one-on-one. They already have a 3-point lead. Maxey dancing with it. Sidestep, kicks it out. Edgecombe, a 3. Got it to go out of the left wing. Don't love subbing out John Morant as Philly was building some momentum there. Keep John Morant in the game. Are you looking to win this game or not? Aldama hits Jalen Wells, cutting back door on Maxey. Great job from Jalen Wells to cut back door there on the overly aggressive Maxey. It's back to a 4-point game, under 5 to go. Maxey has it up top, being guarded by Wells. Directing traffic. He wants to run a pick and roll with Edgecombe. Calling Edgecombe up. He sets the screen, coming to his left. Cam Spencer hedges out. They kick it out. Edgecombe open. Another three. VJ Edgecombe, 2 in a row. My goodness. Cam Spencer bringing it down. Coming to his right of the Lawndale screen. They get over to Jackson Jr. Now over to Wells. Wells coming to his left. Draws the foul on Maxey. Brother, you better get John Morant back out there. What are we doing? Are we looking to win this game or not? Grizzlies, are we looking to win this game or not? Coach Lasalo, are we looking to win this game or not, man? Prime said Queta only has 1 rebound. Here comes John Morant. There we go. Now we're going to get a full timeout from the 76ers. Jaren Jackson Jr. still sitting on 7, man. He still needs that 1 rebound. Jason, he might let us down, man. He still needs that 1 rebound from me. Needs 3 for you. But all I'm asking for is 1 more. 4.5 to go. Do you think he gets it? I'm not too sure. AB said, Knicks, we got to get that 76ers game back. We do. The issue, though, AP, I'm happy you brought that up. Because looking through the schedule the other day, the issue with that is the next time they play, the 76ers will again be on the second night of a back-to-back. They have yet to play a fair game against the Sixers. And as a matter of fact, we can look up, and it's very soon. We play the Sixers very soon here in January. They play them the 3rd. So, coming up soon. But it's right after they play the Hawks. It is at home. Both of them are at home, so no travel involved. So at least that's much better, that scenario. But January 3rd, playing 76ers. But if we look at their schedule, are they on the second night of a back-to-back? They are not. They have a day of rest in between. But they are at Dallas, and then they have to fly to New York. So, all right. They are on a road trip here, so it's the last stretch of their road trip, so we'll see what they're like. AB said they got us on the back-to-back. They do. NBA has to eliminate back-to-backs. You would just get much better basketball. Like, you would just get more consistent, much better basketball games all around if they got rid of back-to-backs. Back-to-backs aren't, they had back-to-backs back in the day. Number one, because the game wasn't as, like, physically intensive in terms of, like, how fast the pace was and how much cutting there is in modern basketball in comparison to before. But, the traveling is better and all that, so they justified it that way. But again, the jet lag and all of that, how often they are doing, like, roads back-to-back, which is just crazy, where both games are on the road or there's traveling involved in a back-to-back situation, is just crazy. But also, I'm pretty sure they can get away with no back-to-backs if they extended into late June, extend the season a little bit more, and cut the time they have in between, like, the end of the regular season, the start of the playoffs, and then the end of the conference finals into the NBA finals, because there's, like, a week off. There's, like, 4 days in between the end of the conference finals into the finals. Which is like, I get it, but also let's get to play basketball. Like, come on. AB said in 96, the NBA gave the Knicks a back-to-back in the playoffs against none other than Chicago. We win Game 3, but lose Game 4. The team is back in Chicago before you blink. Thank goodness they got rid of playoff back-to-backs at the very least. My goodness. My goodness. All right, here we go. So the 76ers, for some reason, used their challenge there. I think that's a terrible use of your challenge. And they lose their challenge. It was a foul on Maxey. And so the Grizzlies get the ball back. Philly loses a timeout. And they lose their ability to challenge the rest of the game. Morant is also back in. Draws a foul. Gets the floater to go. And they give it to him. John Morant going to the foul line for one more. Here he comes. Here he comes. John Morant, pull your team back into this one, brother. Do it. We're looking for you. We're rooting for you. John Morant knocks down his and one free throw. 4-point game. 30 ball for Morant now. Edgecombe has it up top, being guarded by Morant. 4 minutes to go. Down by 4 for the Grizzlies. They leave Edgecombe, driving it down, takes some contact, gets the layup to go. No foul call. DJ Edgecombe, man. Not only is he a rookie, he's been incredibly clutch all season long. Morant has it up top, throws a lob down there to Aldama, and Aldama gets the layup to go. (124-120). Still a 4-point game. Edgecombe has it up top, being guarded by Morant. Coming to his left to get over to Maxey. Maxey driving to his right. Stops, turns, spins in the paint. Fall-away jumper. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. That one, I think, counts as a Jackson Jr. rebound, but I don't think it should count because Cedric Coward had it in his hands, and then it slipped out, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. picked it up. So I think they're going to count that for Jaren Jackson Jr., Jason, but I don't think they should. And a foul on Embiid on the floor as Jackson Jr. was driving it to the basket. Jason said, we got it, he got it. Who got it? He got it. I don't think they should count it, Jason. They are going to count it, but I don't think they should count it. I think that one was a cheap rebound. He was nowhere near the vicinity to grab that rebound. The guy who came flying in to make sure that they secured that rebound, as Jackson Jr. is at the foul line for 2, knocks down the first one. The guy who came flying in to make sure they secured that rebound was Cedric Coward. Right? He comes flying in, he snags the rebound, and it just kind of slips out of his hand. It's on the floor, and then Jackson Jr. is like, hey, look what I found. I don't think it should count, but it technically counts. Boompe said, Jaway Pew Pew, G.I. Jabazooka, Jaja Binks, Small Arms. This is crazy. These are crazy nicknames. Jackson Jr. splits the free throws. Edgecombe down the lane, gets contested. Embiid misses a layup, misses the putback. Edgecombe chases down the rebound to kick it out to Maxey. Maxey along the baseline, Eurostep, flips up at the rim, can't get the layup to go. And then Jackson Jr. secures that rebound. So I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him on that one. Even though everybody else was boxing out. John Morant, a step back 3. Comes up well short. Fight for the loose ball. Paul George pulls it out. And George will bring it down now. 2:45 to go. Paul George coming to his left off a high Embiid screen. George now has it in the post against the rookie Coward. Cross-court pass to Edgecombe. Up top to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Wells. Coming to his left off the Embiid screen. And Wells goes down to call a moving screen on Embiid. Wells is hurt. Maybe he looked like he got hit below the belt. Jason said, I'm still waiting on 2 more. 1 away. 1 away from 10. Yeah, you picked up another one. 1 away from 10. 5th foul on Joel Embiid, by the way. I don't think that's really a foul on Embiid too much. I don't know. I don't know if that's a foul on Embiid. And I hate saying that, but I don't think it is. Either way, John Morant has it up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. Grizzlies get the ball back anyway. The 76ers lost their right to challenge. John Morant in the paint, pump fakes, kicks it out. Jackson Jr. straightaway 3. He's got space. Comes up short, long rebound. Edgecombe chases it down. Here comes Maxey. Philly leading by 3. It's a 1-possession game with a little over 2 minutes to go. Maxey has it up top, coming to his left, off the Embiid screen, coming down, full head of steam, leans in, draws the foul, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Foul on Aldama. He might get there after all, Jason. After all of the slander in the pregame, he might get there after all. Maxey's at the foul line for 2. Let's check in real quick on this Boston game. It is 69-68. Close game. Start of the 3rd. Maxey knocks down the first one, making it a 2-possession game. Maybe said Philly's going to win. Disgusting. Disgusting. It is the Grizzlies. Not like it's a great win. It's a decent win. Not a great win. Maxey misses the second free throw, but a Dembona chases down the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Paul George has it in the post. Stops. Kicks it out. Edgecombe, another three has been clutch, and he continues to be clutch as he knocks another one down. VJ Edgecombe's been phenomenal tonight. Under 2 to go, and a 7-point lead is opened up for Philly. Cross-court pass, Jackson Jr. hesitates from three, driving it down on Bona. Stops, pump fake, steps through, leans in. Great defense on Bona. They hit him with a foul call. Anyway, I don't think that was a foul, but Jaren Jackson Jr. got the shot to go down anyway as well. I don't think that was a foul, unless he fouls him with the body here. See it? Not a foul. Not a foul at all on Bona. Not one bit. It's a terrible call from the officials. Jason said, Rook coming up big in the clutch. Been doing that all season, unfortunately, for everybody else. Fortunately for 76ers, they look like they got a clutch rookie out there. Jackson Jr. gets his free throw to go. So he gets those 3 points back and back to 4. Edgecombe will bring it down, 1:45 to go. Time not on the Grizzlies side here. Edgecombe being guarded by Morant, coming to his left off the Maxey screen, putting his head down, attacking all the way to the basket. A lot of contact, no foul call. And he got blocked by Jackson Jr. Wells kicks it over to Coward. Coward has it on the left wing. Coward being guarded by Paul George. Trying to get it to Morant. They hand it off to Morant. Edgecombe went for the steal. So now Morant has a lane to the basket. Throws up the floater. Got it to go. It's a 2-point game. 32 for John Morant. He's come up huge here in this fourth quarter. Maxey driving it down. Step back. Mid-range pull-up. Can't get it to go. And here comes Morant. They could tie it here. They could take a lead here. Morant driving it down against Embiid. Stop, fall away floater. And John Morant ties the game. And a full timeout from Philly. Just when you think it might be over, John Morant says, hold on. He had 16 points going into the fourth quarter. He's got 34 now. He has scored 18 fourth quarter points to pull his team within, he's scored 16 fourth quarter points to tie the game. To tie the game. 18 fourth quarter points to tie the game here. Who got the rebound? Did Jackson Jr. grab that rebound? He's got 10. That's crazy. After all of that slander I gave the man, salute to him. He showed up tonight. He proved me wrong. He proved me wrong. After all of that slander I gave him, he said, shut up. Shut up, Sheffy. What do you know? Grabbed 10 rebounds tonight. He's got 15 and 10. Coward with 28 and 13. Jalen Wells with 12. Morant with 34 now. Devour, what's up, Devour? Come on, Philly. Not looking great. Not looking great. Boston up by 3 against Utah here. Already marking on the floor in some pain. That's not great. Ronald McPaul. Sheffy and I were calling him washed early game. Shame on us. The thing, though, Ron, is that he has this in him. He has this in him. That's the frustrating part with John Morant. Is he's going to do all of the off-court antics. He's going to act like a knucklehead. And then he's going to have a terrible season. But then he can give you this in the fourth quarter and remind people, oh, yeah, I'm a star who was on the verge of superstardom before I threw it all away. Maybe he's trying to reclaim that. But he can remind you. He can remind you that he's still that guy. That's the biggest issue with him, is that he still has that in him. It's still there for him. Here we go. Philly has the ball. Edgecombe, Paul George, Quentin Grimes, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey. Edgecombe gets it into Maxey. Maxey back to Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. Maxey back to Edgecombe. They want it to Embiid. Embiid in the post, being guarded by Jackson Jr. Backing him down, leans in, kicks it out. Paul George, right corner three. Podcast P, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Diving on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball with 46 seconds to go. Who thought, because I know it wasn't me, who thought that Podcast P was making that corner three? Game on the line, he ain't making that. We know this. We know who he is. Not clutch like that. Okay, Hazy said it's a Jonassance. Jason said struggled offensively, but got my 10 boards. Yes. A lot of moving and shuffling here for this jump ball between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Edgecombe. Jackson Jr. knocks it to Ja Morant, who loses his balance and falls out of bounds. So the ball's going to go back to Philly anyway. Great job from Jackson Jr. Morant just couldn't hold on to the ball, lost his balance, tried to save him from going out of bounds, but the ball's going to go back to Philly here. Call to contact. What's up, Caught? Memphis. We're going to get a Grizzlies full timeout here. They're using the challenge here. I think he's looking for an approximate foul on Maxey there. Maybe on a little bit of a push-off as Morant was going there. Maybe that's why Morant was so off balance there. We'll see. See what the refs come out with. That could be a marginal contact. That could be ruled a foul. We'll see. We'll see. I think they're going to rule it marginal contact. Just that said, Sheffy wants overtime. I wouldn't mind overtime. But rooting for overtime? Not really. Not really. Maybe said, as long as Philadelphia loses, that's all I want. Would also make me pretty happy. Utah and Boston locked in a tight one. They're past the halfway point of that third quarter. It's 83-81. Utah up by 2. It's a good game. This is also a good game here. Deontay George misses a 3. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Tomorrow's schedule, we know we got Knicks Spurs. It's an early start time, 7 o'clock start time, so obviously we'll be live a half hour before, 30 minutes before. AB said, I want all Atlantic Division opponents to lose. I just like rooting against Eastern Conference teams in general. I agree with you. Unless you're the Wizards, rooting for the Wizards wins, right? Rooting for the Wizards to win. Rooting for Indiana to win. I don't want to see them add another high lottery pick. Maxey with some contact on Morant. Little two-hand shove. I don't know. That might be marginal contact. It's a good challenge from Memphis, I think, with 43 seconds to go. Might as well use it here. Just that said, Maxey can't be 6 feet, right? I think Maxey is actually a little bit bigger than... What was he listed at? What's Maxey listed at? He's listed at 6'2". I think that's right. I think he's probably hovering around 6'2". Pretty big. Not super big, but pretty big. Devour said, love your hat. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. It's kind of become a staple. I feel like I'm not allowed to wear any other hats. I have other hats I like to wear, but kind of become a little bit of a staple. Does that to look tiny compared to Embiid? I mean, Embiid is 7'1", 7'2". So marginal contact. No foul on Maxey. Still out of bounds off of Morant. They lose the challenge. So Memphis has 1 timeout remaining. Philly has 1 timeout remaining. I think that was a pretty good use of the challenge, trying to get the foul call. Philly was going to get the ball back anyway. Just that said, George has 15, 3, and 3. Not a great stat line for Paul George. Not terrible, but 15 points on 15 shot attempts is not what you want to see. AP said, well, Chevy Jr., I'm going to the Knicks-Wizards game. Hopefully Wiz don't win that one. I hear you. I'd rather Washington beat up on Philly. Absolutely. Everybody but the Knicks is when I'm rooting for Washington. But enjoy your time at the Washington game, AP. That's a fun one. Knicks should have a ball that night. They should dominate that night. I might be going to Knicks Mavericks in January. I think that's the 19th. I might be going to that one. Try to go to one Knicks game a year because prices are crazy here in New York. But so they don't. Okay, so they reset. So there's a commotion right now going on, and Philly's upset. So Here's the situation. They put 12 on the shot clock for Philly. Before they inbounded the ball, it was originally at 24, and then the ref stopped the game, and they were like, hold on, that's got to be 12. So they rule that Memphis never had possession of the ball before the jump ball situation. And then they also say they can't get it in the backcourt. Maxey has it up top. Here we go. We finally get the ball in play. Maxey coming to his left. Leave it off for Embiid. Embiid a straightaway three over Jackson Jr. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Grimes knocks it loose. Wells able to pick it up and get it over to Morant. Here we go. John Morant. Send us home, baby. Send us home. John Morant has it up top. John Morant being guarded by Grimes. He's waving everybody off. He's one-on-one against Grimes. He said, nah, don't worry about this. I got you. Morant crosses over. Down the lane. Coming to his left, half spin, step back, pump fake, behind the back. Wells, quick catch and fire, no dip three, comes up short. Cedric Coward with the rebound, kicks it out. Aldama, a three. Can't get it to go. Put 5 minutes back up on the clock. Just that said, you doing the next game or nah? Nah, we're not going to do the next game. We're not going to be doing that. But we do have overtime, so we're going to be doing that game. We're going to be doing this next quarter. Here we go. Do we have overtime? Technically. Do we call it overtime around here? We do not. It is the faded fifth quarter. We are now moving on to 5 more minutes of basketball. Throw 5 minutes up on the clock. May the best team win. Go ahead and set up our timer to 5 minutes instead of the 12. There we go. Pull that back up. And now we got 5 minutes. Here we go. Vovo, what's up, Vovo? Here we go. Call contact. Memphis got it. I hope Memphis got it. John Morant, you're supposed to end it in regulation, brother. Edey said, all right, Memphis, let's pull out the victory. Come on, Memphis. Come on. Judge Dad said, I really have no idea who's going to win this game. It's a battle of the mid for sure. Both of these teams in the middle hovering around 500. It's a battle of the mid, if I've ever seen one. Volvo said, Ja locked in, we win this. I mean, I wish we got this version of John Morant for the first 3 quarters. They might not have been in this situation to begin with. He scored, 18 points in that 4th quarter to send this one in overtime. Wish he could have got that 20 so we could have walked away in regulation. But here we are in overtime. So John Morant's going to have to put that Superman cape back on and pull this one out for the Grizzlies. Prime said 2 assists from Jock and 1 from Jaren Jackson Jr. For me to win 60. Not sure you're going to get that. I don't think Jock Londale is going to come back into this game. Easy Bars, what's up, Easy? I need Paul to get 21 points and assists to cash out. 21 points and assists like combined. He's got 15 and 3, so he's got 18. So you need him to get 3 more points, at least. I think he'll get 3 points. I think maybe he'll hit a 3-pointer in this overtime period. Santi Aldama, man. Gotta knock that one down, Santi. Got a nice open look. So some contact with Maxey. Was there a foul? Tiny bit. Jason said, you should have taken the over on Triple J rebounders. All of you campers out there. It's too, that's how bad of a rebounder Jaren Jackson Jr. is. It's too much of a risk to put real money on Jackson Jr. grabbing rebounds. That guy is allergic from rebounding the ball. But I give him credit for tonight. He snagged some rebounds tonight for sure. AB said, if the Knicks win their next game tomorrow, I'll be impressed. I would too, brother. I would too. I'm not expecting them to win tomorrow. I'm hoping for it, but I'm not expecting it. Is that a violation or a foul? That is a foul on Jackson Jr. on the tip-off. Not the tip-off, the jump ball. They say Jackson Jr. grabbed the arm of Embiid, and they call the foul. Yeah, that's a clear foul. AP said, usually the Knicks get hot in January. They have a tough January schedule, though, AP. This might be might be a cold January for the Knicks. I'm not hoping for it, but it might be. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Edgecombe has it on the right wing. Up top to Paul George. Over to Embiid. Hands it off to Maxey. Maxey back to George. George on right wing three. Can't get that one to go. Jaren Jackson Jr. snags a big, strong rebound. There's one. There's another one, Jason. There's another one. Morant throws a bad pass to Jackson Jr., but he's able to corral it. Throws up the lefty floater. Can't get the friendly roll. Battle for the loose ball. Edgecombe picks it up, and Edgecombe will bring it down. Both teams scoreless on their first possessions here. Edgecombe driving to his right. Pulls it back out. Up top to Embiid. Hands it off to Maxey. John Morant knocked it loose. Picks up the loose ball. And he's going to throw down a two-handed slam. Miscommunication between Embiid and Maxey. Maxey was trying to go back door. Embiid thought he was coming from the handoff. Ja was able to jump the passing lane and get the steal. And a 2-point lead for Memphis was opened up to start the overtime period. Maxey up top being guarded by Wells. Dancing with it. Up top. Coming to is right off the Edgecombe screen. They swing it out to Edgecombe. Edgecombe straightaway three. He's been clutch all night. Can't get that one to go. Jackson Jr. the rebound over to Coward. Home run pass to Wells. Standing on the court by himself the other way. Gets the dunk to go down. And it's a 4-point lead for the Grizzlies to open the overtime. Paul George gets it over to Embiid. Embiid in a high post being guarded by Jackson Jr. They get over to Maxey. Catches, pump fake, driving to his right, down the lane, two-play with the right hand. Got it to go. Past Jaren Jackson Jr. Some contact there. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. But he does get the 2 points, and Jackson Jr. quickly trying to push it the other way. He has it on the right wing being guarded by Paul George. They swing it out to Morant. Morant being guarded by Edgecombe. Morant tried to hit Aldama cutting to the rim, and Aldama just wasn't paying attention. For all the good that I like Aldama for, brother, look for the ball. You're open cutting to the rim. Great pass from John Morant. You got to pay attention, Aldama. Edgecombe has it up top. They get it over to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Wells. Coming to his right at the Embiid screen. Driving it down. Pulls it back. Over to Embiid. Embiid in the mid-range. Catches. Pump fake. Jab step. Ooh. Got Jaren Jackson Jr. leaning. Hit the front of the rim, but he gets a friendly bounce as it drops down. And John Morant bringing it down. Tied at 132. Yet again, another tied game. You get over to Jaren Jackson Jr. driving it down in the corner to Wells. Gets knocked out of the air by Paul George. Sixers have done a really good job of being active in the passing lanes, and the Grizzlies have just been really sloppy with their turnovers. Maxey has it up top being guarded by Aldama. Aldama's had a rough stretch here, especially to end the game. Maxey a pull-up three, can't get it to go. Cedric Coward, yet another rebound. I think that's his 14th. Cedric Coward, the rookie, bringing it down. He's been fantastic tonight, but has been very quiet, especially here in the fourth quarter and now in the overtime period. Hands it off to Morant, but that's because Morant's put on the Superman cape. Morant stops, turns, spins, fall away, floater over Edgecombe. Got it to go. John Morant continues to be spectacular here in the clutch, trying to drag his team to a victory. 1-34, 132 with 2 minutes to go here in the overtime. Paul George has it up top, being guarded by Aldama. George coming to his right off the Embiid screen. Jackson Jr. switches onto him. Paul George all the way to the rim, leans in, righty layup. Got it to go. The slide veteran move right there. Take the slow 2 steps, lean into the defender, and get the layup off glass with the strong hand on the right side. John Morant has it up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. Pull up three for Morant. Can't get that one to go. Would have went crazy. But Cedric Coward comes up. Can't get the offensive rebound, though. He did knock it loose. But Philly able to recover it, and Maxey has it up top, being guarded by Wells. Tied at 134 here with 1:25 to go. Maxey dancing with it against Wells, coming to his right of a high Embiid screen. Swings it out to Embiid. Embiid walks into the foul line, puts up the jumper. Got it to go over Jackson Jr. Embiid has been phenomenal tonight as well. He is up to 34 points himself. Coward has it up top. Gets it out to Morant. Edgecombe went for the steal. Morant has a free lane to the basket, driving down. Paul George picks his pocket, but they call a foul on Paul George. I think the Grizzlies get a little bit of a break there. That was good defense from Paul George. But it'll be side out of bounds for the Grizzlies. First foul of the overtime period goes to Paul George. Nah, he's got his hands on him. A little bit of marginal contact, but it's a foul. I think that's a foul. Kawaito, what's up, Kawaito? So Cedric Coward will inbound it and get it into Morant. Morant has it up top, being guarded by Grimes. Morant trying to draw a foul. He doesn't get it. Coming to his right off the screen, driving it down, step back, pulls it out. They show double team, mid-range fall-away jumper from Morant. Comes up short. Now settling for some bad looks from Morant. You got to get downhill going to the basket. I know they're doing a good job of keeping you out of there, but you got to run a better action than just a regular pick and roll there with another guard. You got to clear out space. Maxey has it up top. Philly up by 2. 40 seconds to go. Maxey being guarded by Wells. He's trying to drive down the clock. Coming to his right off the Embiid screen. Dancing with it. Kicks it back to Embiid. Embiid in the mid-range. Catches. Pump fake. Steps through. Flips it up with the right hand. Push shot. Way off. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Jackson Jr. able to pull out another one. Here comes Morant bringing it down. Morant has it up top. Dancing with it against Edgecombe. Morant crosses over to his right, to the lane. Scoop layup, left hand. Got it to go. We're tied at 136 with 18 seconds to go. Because of course we are. Are we going to get the faded sixth quarter? It's been a while since we've done a double overtime victory. And I think John Morant, see, this is the thing that is a little annoying. What I think John Morant is doing there is I think he's telling everybody to just clear out and get out of the way. And let me go one-on-one. But it's like, come on, brother. 4 guys that are out there with you. They said they just don't want Chevy to go. They want to keep me here all night long. Hey, look, the Pistons game, I'm sure, is tipped off already, so we could probably pull that one up and keep an eye on it. The Boston Celtics and the Utah Jazz still locked in a tight one. Pistons-Lakers has tipped off. It's 5-2 early. Very early in that game. Minute and a half into it. Caught context. Memphis! Got to take the lead, though, man. They got to take the lead. King Free said John needed to have a game like this. Best game so far this year. I mean, it's not about him having good games. I mean, you're right. You're right, King Free. You're absolutely right about that. But it's not about him having good games because we know what he's capable of. It's about him like stringing together good games. It's about him being consistent again. Until he gets back to that point, you know, a good game here and there is not good enough. Not good enough. Boston up by 1. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. The Jazz have it, running some action down the lane, and they turn it right over to Jaylen Brown. Out on the fast break. Brown Euro steps, gets the layup to go. Okay. Here we go. Coming back out. Embiid comes out laboring, because when is he not laboring? John Morant has 40, by the way. He had 16 at the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter. He had 16 at the end of the third quarter. So he has scored 24 points in the overtime, in the fourth quarter and overtime periods. All right, here we go. 18.3. We're tied at 136. Get it into Maxey. Maxey up top being guarded by Wells. Looks like a Maxey isolation, unless he's going to call up a screen here. Winding down the time. Edgecombe comes up for the screen, coming to his right. They swing it out to Edgecombe. Edgecombe straightaway three has been clutch. And Edgecombe continues to be clutch. My goodness. Hard to expect anything else in that situation with 1.7 to go in the game. Hard to expect anything else in that situation. When they run that exact action, Philly has run that exact action, bringing John Morant into the action. He's guarding Edgecombe. So Maxey being guarded by Wells calls Edgecombe into the action. They run a ghost screen. Maxey coming to his right. Edgecombe doesn't really set a screen. They've done this like 4 or 5 times in the final couple minutes of the fourth quarter and in this overtime period. They've run this exact play. It's not even a play. It's just a regular action that every team runs. It's just a little slip ghost screen from Edgecombe. If you don't know what a ghost screen is, it's simply like faking that you're going to set a screen and then quickly rolling out to the other side to be available for the pass. So when you go to set a screen, obviously the two defenders need to communicate. There's 1.3 left on the second, Abdi. My timer ticked out, but there's 1.3 seconds left. The Grizzlies called the timeout. They'll have one opportunity here to pull this one out. They got to knock down a 3. So and they've miscommunicated this defense all night long. The way you guard this, or not the way you guard this, but the way they're guarding it is John Morant is hedging out on Maxey because thinking if Maxey comes off the screen, we're either going to switch this or we're going to trap Maxey coming off the screen. The issue is they've ran this exact action where Edgecombe has slipped the screen constantly. He's done this constantly tonight. And so they run it again, and every single time Edgecombe has been open. He has scored 14 points on it. He scored 17 points in the overtime and fourth quarter combined. And a full timeout from Philly now. Which is just like, maybe we talk about the coverage. Maybe we take John Morant off of Edgecombe so we have a better, more aware defender in that situation, like the rookie which is crazy to say, but like if you bring Cedric Coward into that action, he's bigger, he's taller, he's been a better rebounder tonight. Maybe put him on Edgecombe, but then you have John Morant on Paul George is the issue, so I get the mismatches all over the court. But during that commotion, I would just scram switch quickly, have that discussion, and I'd be like, hey, Cedric, we're going to scram switch this. He's going to call Edgecombe up the screen. They've run this multiple actions. We're going to scram switch this. You're going to come up switch with me, and you're going to go with Edgecombe to set that screen the second he goes to set it. Have that discussion, or have a discussion about something. They played the exact same action, the exact same way, and they got burned almost every single time with an open three for Edgecombe, and he's made them pay almost every single time. He's been incredibly clutch tonight. He's up to 25 points. He's 5 for 10 from 3. Maybe guard that guy differently. Oh, man. Medina, what's up, Medina? Going to be tough to tie without Bane and Kennard not on the Grizzlies anymore. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, who do they go to as three-point shooters? You got Aldama, you got Jackson Jr., you got Cedric Coward, you got Jalen Wells, you got John Morant, but he's not a good three-point shooter, so Aldama's the inbounder. You get it into Coward, catches and fires at the buzzer. Well short, and that's going to be chalked up as a loss to the Grizzlies. Tough game, fun. We went to an overtime period. We got the faded fifth quarter on the way, but the final score will be 139-136. Shout out to all of the channel members who choose to support the channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for the mid-off here with Philly taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. It was a pretty fun game all around. But tomorrow we have... Funpei said, scram switch the Ghost Protocol. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Quado said, I know you didn't bet 10K, but GG's. Prime said, thank you, great job. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, K Hazy. Appreciate you, AP. Appreciate you, Jason. Called Context. Appreciate you. We will be live for the main event tomorrow, obviously, with the Knicks taking on the San Antonio Spurs. The Knicks dealing with a couple of unfortunate injuries, but you know, we've had guys step up. Got to continue to have guys step up. Mo Diaware's had a career night. Kevin McCullough's had a career night. Tyler Kolek's had a career night. So, hey, Ariel Hugporty, Trey Jemison, it's your turn to step up. Somebody's going to have to step up in the absence of Mitchell Robinson tomorrow, so hopefully it's one of the bigs. Either way, Brunson, Towns, Anunoby, Bridges, you're going to need your starters to do what they do. You're going to need your bench to do what they do. Happy to have Deuce McBride back, but of course, we'll go over all of it tomorrow. With that being said, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We will be live tomorrow yet again, even though it is a holiday. It is New Year's Eve. But make sure you brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.